Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming, and we're not going to Oxygen Not Included today. We're trying a new game, and it's actually new. Well, it's old, but it's being relaunched. It's Surviving Mars relaunched. Hope you're doing well, Ayla Avo. Diablo D3. You can hear the theme song. I know, the music in this game is so good, honestly. Now that this game has come out again, I could just use the music in my videos again, maybe. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I've been so excited for this launch. So, this should work. Come on, load the game. Capture a specific window. There you go, that's fine. Yes! It's relaunched. I've been looking forward to this for so long. I completely agree with you. I loved the game when it came out, and then the DLCs kind of went in the wrong sort of... Well, it's not even that they went in the wrong sort of direction, it's that, like, the coding wasn't actually very good. And now that the game is back with the original developers, Haemimont, I'm very excited to see where they take it. This game has a lot of potential, and the reason I'm playing it is because the gameplay core loop is actually very similar to Oxygen Not Included. I'm going to turn the music down just a tad. Let's see. I just want to make sure it's not overwhelmingly loud. Okay. I think that will do. George Strezov is a great composer. Yes, absolutely.
San Diego.
Hello, John.
I don't know what I am, but
You're
I think
first
pretty
today.
good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
You're the killer fish, John, please. Welcome, welcome. We are going to start a new game in Surviving Mars. Now, full disclosure, I haven't played this game in like 4 years, as I imagine most of you guys haven't. So, I don't think we're going to do the tutorials, but we're just going to jump in on a relatively easy start, and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to take things slowly. And, yeah, I never played Below and Beyond. I never played with all the railways stuff. I can see they've actually got creative mode in here. That's interesting. I did play some of the challenges, but we're not going to do that today. Tutorials save lives. Colonizing Mars is hard. Over 60% of all colonies fail, even before a single human steps foot on the Red Planet. Several tutorials are available to familiarize you with Surviving Mars. Don't let the Red Planet defeat you. Play the tutorials. Did you know that over 60% of statistics are made up? Below and Beyond calls softlocks in weird ways the community never learned how to fix. I'm super hoping they fixed it. Yes, I mean, looking at some of the early reviews, there were 2 complaints from the early reviews. The first one was that the discount wasn't applying properly to people who owned the old version of the game. If you own the old version of the game and you bought it off of Steam, it should automatically apply a big discount to your Steam purchase for the relaunched game. The reason this game is relaunched, let's just skip the tutorials. The reason this game is relaunched is because they switched the engine to a new, more modern engine that has better performance and better graphics, and I don't know why the music doesn't load during all of that. Also, just temporarily, I'm going to hide chat while we're picking some of this mission stuff. I moved the UI over here because that's more relevant from a gameplay point of view. But I will minimize it just for now, so that we can actually read all of these stats. I don't think stuff generally shows up on that side of the screen, but we'll see. Steam price for relaunch, $15. Yeah, it depends on regional pricing. I think it's about that. I paid £17.50 for it. And to be fair, they've also... It's not just a relaunch or a remaster. They've actually added a little bit of content already, and they have lots of other DLCs planned. Now, I didn't buy the DLCs immediately, because I needed to test whether this game actually works correctly with the new engine, with me streaming it and everything, before I proceed on that basis. And also, I just want to give it a good try and make sure that they've ironed out some of the bugs that people are complaining about, and that it's not going to get in the way of our experience with this game. But we'll just pick up the DLCs later. I'm not worried about that. Right, so... you got by Nightbot. That's fine. I'll post the link. It's alright, don't worry about it. You'd be surprised how often I get harassed by spam linking bots. Yeah, there you go. There's the link. And yeah, so what are you aiming to do in this mission? You're aiming to colonize Mars. You're going to land on a spot of Mars. You're going to try and set up a colony. You've got people you're trying to look after. You're going to conduct research. You're going to mine materials. And you're going to interact with Earth and other Mars colonies as well. And I think a focus of this DLC is that you're actually going to forge your own nation on Mars, I think. Or the update, the DLC that's included in this upgrade. That's what I think anyways. So, let's pick a mission sponsor. So this is a very large impact on how the game goes, which patron country or organization is sponsoring your mission. That's why I'm showing all of the information on the right to start with. So the default one is the International Mars mission, which is everyone chipping in. So it's very easy difficulty. You get an absolute ton of money. You get a load of starting rockets. So you can launch multiple rockets and send them back to Earth at the same time. So it's very easy to get access to resources from Earth with your money. This is a huge amount of money, by the way. We're not picking these guys. Starting applicants. So at first, to actually get people to Mars, they are applying. It's kind of like dupes from the printing pod. You can see like some of their stats, some of their quirks, and make informed decisions. You can filter through them. 200 applicants is a lot, but you can filter through it pretty efficiently. Hello, Uglavisk. We're doing Surviving Mars. It came out, and they actually applied the discount to owners of the original game, so I'm happy about that. Because there was a good 2 hours in Steam where it wasn't applying, and I was very sad. That's why we're a bit late. Research as well. Some sponsors just give you straight up research points per day. No, I don't think all of them do. I think a couple of them don't. You can get more research from your colonists on Mars and from other sources as well, but just a large amount to start with is pretty good. You can also sell rare metals back to Earth for a certain price. This changes depending on your sponsor because you're selling them to the sponsor. This can be a good source of money. It depends what you actually want to use rare metals for. Congratulations on the 3 stream streak, Genumplers. Enjoy your packing points. And then Founding Faction. I have no idea what this is. This is new DLC stuff, I think. Or the politics upgrade stuff. But each sponsor actually has a load of unique quirks. So they'll have unique buildings, unique rockets, various unique things. So in this case, the International Mars mission starts with a Zeus rocket, which you can have all of your rockets be Zeus rockets, which have a higher payload capacity, so you can bring more stuff per rocket. That's very powerful. They also have the advanced Stirling generator. So this is a power generator that just generates power for free. That's it. Obviously, it costs resources to make, but just having a big one is just a little bit of free power. It's much more expensive than renewable energy on Mars or other energy sources in terms of materials, but it is literally just free power, so it's pretty good. Colonists never get Earthsick. That's quite good. Food supply from passenger rockets increased by 10 times. Can you tell this is the faction they want you to start the game with? Rockets make their own fuel. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Yep. Me describing all this stuff from like an Oni perspective is just like, yeah, sure, that sounds balanced. And you start with a self-sufficient dome prefab, so I think it just literally starts with everything you can put in the dome. And then you also actually pick a commander. So the commander is the leader of the base, and they give you various benefits. So this is independent of the sponsor. You can select any sort of different ones. And we're going to go through and choose all of this, but I just wanted to explain it all first. So the rocket scientist starts an extra rocket, which is great. So now we've got 6 rockets starting, maybe? I don't know. And then they get a bonus tech for free. So they get CO2 jet propulsion, which means you can start doing shuttles right away. Which is like some more advanced logistics tech that usually you get about mid-game. So it's pretty good that you get it for free. But yeah, we're not going to pick the International Mars mission. Let's have a look through the different sponsors. So these are sort of your normal level sponsors. The USA starts with 8 billion in funding, 3 rockets, 100 applicants, the same amount of research, the same rare metals price. So this is sort of like a more balanced starting option. They still get the Zeus rocket. They also get the advanced orbital probe. That's true. When you're actually looking at Mars to figure out where to land, you're trying to get intel, and that depends on what you pack on your initial rocket, how many probes you pack to see where everything goes. Now, to be honest, if you're picking a fixed location on Mars, that's a fixed seed, you can totally just do a game where you do nothing but orbital probes, scan the entire map, pick out a landing spot, and then just land there immediately next game. But we're not going to do that. But you can totally do that if you're just looking for an ideal start. And they have the Mega Mall, which is a service building that satisfies most interests. We'll talk more about that later, but it's very convenient having all of your interests in one service building. And then they just get extra free money occasionally, which is nice. There's the Blue Sun Corporation. Starts with 10 billion. They have 2 rockets, 100 applicants. They only get 100 research per sol by default, but they also get $30 million rare metals price, so that's 20% more than usual. And they get the RC Harvester. So there's rovers and drones and all sorts of things. They get a unique rover that can just harvest concrete from regolith deposits, so you don't need an extractor for that. And all the infrastructure involved in that. You can just collect concrete from random places on the map. And they have a corporate office, employs workers and generates funding. So this lets you just take your population and turn it directly into money. That's interesting. They can spend funding to attract more applicants. Occasionally you can run out of applicants. As your population starts to increase in this game, you can run out of applicants, but I think it's a fairly minor benefit, although I haven't played this game in years, so don't believe me. Additional rockets are significantly cheaper. Probes can discover deep rare metal deposits. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the metal deposits in this game are finite, by the way. You do actually have a finite amount of resources unless you get certain techs. So knowing where the bigger, deeper deposits are right away can be quite handy. And you also get deep metal extraction as a free tech, which lets you extract deep metals and deep rare metals immediately. That seems pretty good. Honestly, I might go with these guys. I'm not going to go through every single one, because I'm probably not going to go for any of the harder ones today. It's a politics DLC, which seems to have a similar system to Stellaris. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. I like Stellaris. Man, I almost want to try the Russia plus 500 colonists plus 500% challenge achievement. I've done it, and only 1.2% players have it. I think I did that. I think I did that ages ago. But don't expect me to remember anything about this game. So China has a pretty standard start as well. They get the RC generator, so it's a rover that acts as a solar panel, so just a free portable power source. Not particularly strong, but can be useful setting up early. You have a Tai Chi garden where your visitors can recover health and become fit. So your applicants, your colonists, will all have different perks and downsides. So being able to just add a perk to all of your colonists with a building is quite good. Passenger rockets carry 10 additional colonists. Applicants are generated twice as fast, so you're never going to run out of applicants. Starting laws. That's interesting. Skip founder stage. So this is new politics stuff. The founder stage is skipped and the colony is considered to have passed inspection to receive additional colonists. Oh, that's really interesting. So you can just... This is changed from the original game. So this means you can just start funneling people to China immediately. Or funneling them to the Mars colony immediately. Normally, you're only allowed to bring 1 rocket of people, and you have to actually pass some tests to bring more people to prove that your colony is viable. So the start of the game can be quite slow from a people perspective by design, but China can skip that. That's very interesting. So India, similar start, slightly less applicants, money, resources, slightly worse rare metals price. They get a transporter rover that can construct buildings. That's interesting. Metals refinery slowly converts waste rock into metals. This is very interesting because you generate a lot of waste rock for a lot of your building processes, and again, metal is a finite resource, so having a much larger eventual stockpile of metal is relevant. It's pretty good. All building costs reduced by 20%, and you start with the bigger dome, or the medium dome unlocked, so you can start setting up bigger infrastructure immediately. They also have skipped founder stage. It's interesting. So this is the big decision that we're going to make, by the way, in the game, is who our sponsor is going to be. Hello, Carmike. Hope you're doing well. You're going to buy this game and you got money. Fair enough, fair enough. Congratulations on your watch streak. Having a child on Mars proceed through the founder stage. You can do it on cycle 3, roughly. Yeah, we've done it quickly before. It just depends how quickly you can get your guys happy. Europe, so they start with less money and less applicants, but they get much more research per sol as a sponsor bonus. And their rare metals price is low, but they get an RC, they get a rover that works as a sensor tower when it's not moving. Oh god, I forget what sensor towers do. Logi Lab. So it's a research building that's built outside domes, and it reduces the cost of technologies. You get additional starting technologies revealed early on, so you can plan your research a bit better, because there's like a tech queue. You can queue up a certain number of techs, and you don't have every option available immediately, but as you research a tech, you unlock another option. I think that's how it went. and you gain funding each time a tech is researched, and you gain double if it's a breakthrough tech. So breakthrough techs are another thing in this game. You get, you can find anomalies on the surface of Mars, and some of these will have resources, some of these will have events, some of them will have unique technologies, and these are technologies you can't normally research, but they're very powerful, and you get a random smattering of them on each seed. So the breakthroughs are also going to determine what the run looks like a lot of the time. But we won't know that until we land. Space-Y, as opposed to SpaceX, they start with less money but a lot of rockets, but less applicants. Low resource, low research, low rare metals. They get the Dragon rocket that's smaller, but it's faster and requires less fuel. They have the solar array, which is like a bulk solar panel that's larger, more efficient maintenance-wise. You're going to spend a lot of metals on maintaining infrastructure early on. This is definitely somewhere where your colony can actually just collapse. And we've definitely done that before. Vulnerable to dust storms. Yes, that's true. And then drone hubs start with initial drones. So drones are kind of like automated guys that go and do a lot of tasks for you, so your colonists aren't having to do everything. It's very important to have a robust drone network that can respond to stuff like meteors and various other bits of damage, so that you can fix things quickly and across your entire colony. And they get 50% cheaper advanced resources. So when you are actually sending rockets back and fro from Earth, you could send resources straight up, as well as applicants and other things. And Space-Y can actually do this a lot cheaper than everyone else, so that's interesting for starting out. There's Brazil. They only start with one rocket, low applicants, low research, very high rare metals price. They get the large supply pod, so this is kind of like the drop pod in Oni, where you can just send things without having to send a rocket. So this one is a big one that can send more cargo. Oh, great. See, this is what I meant earlier. And then they have the rare metals refinery that turns waste rock into rare metals. So this is very interesting. I don't think you get very much out of it, but considering you can export it for a large amount of money, you can turn rock into money. That's kind of fun, isn't it? Maybe we'll do Brazil. That sounds fun. Colonists grant funding when they arrive on Mars. Passengers cost no resources and are constructed instantly. That's a nice little dome quality of life feature. Colonists suffer no penalties when using passengers to visit or work in connected domes. So this is really interesting. Normally, when you set up the domes on Mars, you want to keep everyone in the dome. You want each dome to sort of function as its own sort of unit where everyone can get all their needs met and you can get stuff made. But Brazil lets you connect them without penalties. So we're a lot less dependent on setting up big domes. So I think, again, that works as well for me. I think I would rather have that. And then they get 5 free large supply pods to begin with. So that's nice. But again, they only get the one rocket. They get very little research. I think this is fine. I think we'd do Brazil. But the other ones are really fun, though. You got the Terraforming Initiative. So these came with the Green Planet DLC originally. Low resources overall, but it's a lot cheaper for them to terraform, research techs for terraforming. That is one goal, is to make Mars more habitable in general, so you don't need as much infrastructure to keep everyone alive. And these guys get a lot of features that benefit that, but we'll probably talk more about that later. There's the hard guys, so there's the Church of the New Ark. These guys get almost no starting resources. They get a lot of applicants. And they have a supply pod that can send passengers instead of a rocket, if you just need a couple of applicants. They have a Temple Spire, which satisfies social interests and restores sanity to visitors. Each dome can have a spire, which gives it a unique feature, and you can only have one per dome, so you have to think about it. All colonists are religious, birth rate is doubled, and then farms' performance is reduced by 50%. So, yeah, they want you to grow stuff out of the domes, on the fields. On the fields of Mars. And they skip the founder stage as well. That's interesting. I think originally they passed the founder stage very quickly anyway, so I don't think this makes a huge difference. But it is interesting. But yeah, these guys are hard. There's Russia. As we alluded to earlier, these guys do a lot of stuff involving fuels. So they get relatively low starting resources. 200 research per sol ain't bad. They get a rover that can drill for underground deposits, but it actually is less efficient for the deposits. So that's not helpful, really, late game. It is early game, maybe, but I don't like it. But they have the concrete plant, which is an extractor that produces coal without needing a deposit. So you're not limited in the amount... No, not coal. What am I talking about? Concrete. It produces concrete without the need of a deposit. So, yeah, your concrete supply becomes effectively unlimited, provided that you can make fuel. And then they have the tech that lets you upgrade extractors, but adds a fuel cost, and then they have cheaper fuel refineries. But their rockets take longer to travel. Their rockets are slower. And then we've got Japan. Japan have relatively low starting resources. They get the Wasp drones, so their drones fly instead of rolling around Mars on wheels, and they're slightly faster. They have automatic metals extractors, so normally you need colonists to actually work in the extractor, so you have to have domes next to all of your deposits. But these guys can extract metals without colonists, so that's quite strong. You can use these guys to actually set up without actual humans on Mars for a long time. You can have a very large colony that doesn't actually require humans at all, less resources needed. Rovers are cheaper and lower weight? What does that mean? Oh, it means you can fit more of them on a rocket. You can fit them more easily on a rocket. That's interesting. Exploring sectors grants research points. Specialists perform better, but they get less applicants overall. And you get a very low amount of starting applicants. So you're really going to struggle to find people unless they make people. But we're going to pick Brazil, because I want to try the rare metals refinery, and we get a load of supply pods, and we can connect up all of our domes better. So we're going to be Brazil. Now, if anyone wants to rename the colony, let me know. Yeah, there is a command. You have channel points. You can do it. I am allowed to veto it if it's very silly, but if it's moderately silly, I'll probably go for it. So let's see which commander profile we're going to go with. These are thankfully less complicated. We already talked about the astrogeologist, the rocket scientist. The astrogeologist starts with a rare metal deposit revealed. Extractor production increased by 10%, and they get deep scanning, allows scanning of sectors with deep deposits. So that would be handy. We know we could turn waste rock into rare metals. Squilliam's birthplace. Okay, let's call it that. Squilliam's birthplace. So, in case you guys don't know, Squilliam is one of the fish. He's one of the plecos. Can I get the fish cam up? Hold on. Nope. That one. No plecos hanging around today on camera, but we do have a pleco. Yeah, there you go. Mars fish. Sure, okay, there we go. So having a starting point seems quite good. These are hard. I mean, it says which ones are easier and which ones are harder, but we'll just see what we want. Ecologist, service, comfort, and decorations increased by 10. That's nice. Hang Garden Spire immediately unlocked, so that provides services for people, I think, as well. Futurist, breakthrough techs are researched 80% faster, and you get the tech autonomous sensors, so your sensor towers are free. Politician, all factions have higher approval, laws of the upkeep. So this is new update stuff that I don't know about, so let's leave that for now. Shouldn't it be more like Squilliamville? Yeah, I kind of like Squilliamville more. What do you think, Carmike? Do you mind if I change it to Squilliamville? CEO, all funding gains increased by 20%. That's nice. And you get a repeatable tech that grants funding immediately available. So you can just convert tech into cash. That sounds kind of lame. I'm not going to do that. Psychologists, colonists recover sanity when they're in their homes. This could be relevant. You don't want your colonists going insane. That's a bad idea. And they get the behavioral shaping sanatorium spire, which removes flaws from colonists. That's interesting. Okay, we'll rename it to Squilliamville. I agree. Sorry, this is a long preamble, but I just want to explain what all of these things are, because when we get... A, it's helping me remember how the game functions, and B, these starting choices will matter along. So let's have a look. Doctor, minimum comfort per birth required, lowered by 15. And then they get a tech that increases colonist lifespan. That's interesting. Hydro Engineer starts with a water deposit revealed. Domes consume less water. And they also get the Water Reclamation Spire, which reduces water consumption. That's interesting. Kind of like that idea as well, actually. Yeah, because we don't necessarily need a rare metal deposit if we're actually using the refinery for this. So maybe we don't do the geologist. Maybe we do the hydro engineer. Okay, let's keep looking though. Oligarch fuel production increases 25%, and they get the residential spire. Inventors, drones are gradually optimized to work and construct faster until cycle 100. So I think they just get a scaling bonus that scales up to its max at cycle 100. And they get the autonomous hubs tech. City mayor starts with extra money. Buildings require upkeep less often. Very easy, yeah. Building upkeep is a killer. So buildings requiring less upkeep is huge, and the extra money is huge. Building costs in metals and concrete reduced by 20%, yeah. Transport Tycoon. Okay, this is from a different DLC that I haven't played as well. Tracks construction cost is halved. This is for trains. We haven't done anything involving trains ever, so yeah, good luck with that. Spelunker. Colonists regain sanity in the underground instead of losing sanity. I mean, this does feel very on theme for the whole Oni vibe, but again, I just want to play a normal run of Surviving Mars, and then we'll explore all the new DLC content from the previous game and from the new game in this run, and then we'll see where we go from there if we're enjoying ourselves. Underground domes, elevator. I don't know what these do. Space miner, asteroid lander, resupply. Okay, so this is for landing on asteroids, which is again is a DLC feature. Micro G mining. All right, I'm not going to worry about those. Geoengineer. This is for the terraforming. Seeds import cost reduced by 50%. You get some extra terraforming buildings for free, and you get the tech for newly grown forests have a chance to spawn research sites and vistas. That's interesting. I'm hoping they improve trains because the original DLC for it ended up not being really useful. Yeah, that was something that really put me off when they did the DLCs, is that the trains just fundamentally didn't actually work. So I really hope they have fixed that. But they did say in the dev diaries that was a core priority of this relaunch, so I'm looking forward to it. But we're going to go with the Hydro Engineer. I really don't want to run out of water right away. You guys know how annoying it is and oxygen not included. So we'll do that. Our founding faction is Prosperity. I don't know what that means. Okay, so we pick this. Mystery. Let's pick a random mystery. I don't really mind what's going on. This is sort of like a little plot thread. It's kind of like story traits and Oni. Founding faction. I don't know what these do. It also doesn't actually say anything specific about what they do, so we'll just keep the one that it's recommended for Brazil. Rival colonies, 3. We'll keep them random as well. Game rules. These are like random modifiers that you can add. There's some really difficult ones. You'll see we've actually got a challenge rating up here. This is for when you're competing with other people on other seeds. You get more points with a higher challenge rating. So if your colony can succeed in dire circumstances, then you get more points if you want to compare against other people. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Display hints on, that's fine. Colony logo. Oh, I could pick a logo. Yes, we've got the Brazil logo, but there's a few different ones. There's the logos for the different factions, or the different sponsors. There's a few different ones. There's a Don't Panic. There's an alien. Anyone got any preferences on these? There's some Brussels sprouts. I like the Brussels sprouts. We've got Mr. Handy, one of the drones. This is what the drones look like. They're very cool. We got the shuttles. I like the shuttles. The art style for this game. You guys will see the art style in a minute. It's really good. I'm just gonna go with Brazil for now because we're Brazil. I think that makes sense. Okay, let's see how that goes. All right, on to the next menu. We got the rocket. So we pick a starting payload of what to send to space. So at the moment, this is what the game has recommended for us. So we filled up the capacity. We spent about a quarter of our money. So it's recommending we send some advanced resources, some drones, some orbital probes, a rover for transporting stuff around the map. That seems like a good idea. There's a safari. What does this mean? Takes tourists on a safari. Configure a route with waypoints near interesting sites to increase satisfaction of road with the tourists. This is new, I think. Not really relevant yet. A prefab for a drone hub, a prefab for a fuel refinery, a prefab for a moisture evaporator. So this is a backup water source. Prefab for a Stirling generator, which is a backup power source. I think that makes sense. I'm just going to leave this all as the default initial rocket payload. The rocket is the Crux 1, apparently. We only get the one rocket, by the way. That is a big drawback of Brazil, but it's a nice big green rocket. We can rename the rocket. Does anyone want to rename the rocket? I might name it. There we go. I might name it Whiskers. Whiskers is the other fish behind me in the portrait. Yeah. But if anyone else wants to rename it, feel free. I'm pretty sure we can rename it once we actually get into the game as well. Yeah. Don't worry. Also, Oxygen Not Included isn't going anywhere. I'm going to be streaming Surviving Mars for a while, but we're going to be doing Oxygen Not Included videos on YouTube. So new shorts are coming out so that we're all caught up on the shorts. And I have immediate plans to release a video about poke shells with some of what we learned in the previous failed Twitch run, and a lot of what I've learned over the last week just sort of fiddling around. There's a lot of interesting things to talk about in that, and I might have to ask Leofar about a few more of those. I think we can change the color of the rockets when we're in the game. Okay, we're going to rename the rocket. That's fine. Forlorn Hope. There we go. Enjoy your rocket, Brynry. It matches your green text. I'm not sure if your text is green on your window. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. So now I've got to pick a landing spot. So we can pick literally any spot on Mars. So they have like an altitude, a temperature, topography. So these are all different seeds that you can pick. The topography is the most relevant one, because it's going to affect what the map layout looks like, but actually setting up your colonies. There's a little bit of landscaping you can do. I don't think there's a huge amount of landscaping you can do, but that might have changed. But you'll notice if we drag this around, the relative threat levels from different disasters, as well as the relative amount of general resources, increases and decreases. And they have a few recommended ones. So let's actually play a recommended one just so that we can give it a try and see what's going on. And we've got a water conservative sponsor and whatnot. So maybe we don't have to worry about water as much. Only alpha, relatively flat. Do we just want relatively flat for now? I probably want more metals. I think that's something I want to prioritize. Swinian beta. Lithium beta. And also, you'll notice the challenge rating increases and decreases depending on where you position it. Lithium beta. This seems fine. Relatively low risk of other disasters. Relatively large amounts of starting resources. Elysium Alpha has a little bit less metals. I quite like the idea of doing like a steep terrain though. Arabia Alpha? That doesn't sound very steep. Margarita for Alpha. These are all real places on Mars, aren't they? This is what they're actually named. Xanthe Alpha. Maybe we should do Xanthe Alpha. So, less concrete, but lots of metals, lots of water. Some meteor risk, rough terrain. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so we're going to pick Xanthe Alpha. Challenge rating of 320%. Let's see what we can do. And I have played this game before, but we haven't played it in a while. So let's re-enable all of the things. So chat is indeed working now. Let's start. There we go. And you'll finally get some different music, because that one song playing over and over again has been mildly annoying. But there are more songs. And there's lots of different radio stations we can pick as well. So we don't have to have the all serious Mars soundtrack. There's lots of different options for music. I guess you guys can tell me
Welcome
your
to
favorite
Mars.
options. There we go. Welcome to Mars. Everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket touching down. I know, right? Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet, the drones and rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. But until then, we'll have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen, and power. Yep. Okay, so let's pause the game. So the game wants us to pick a landing site for the rocket. They've scanned some resources initially. We do actually have some orbital probes, so we can immediately scan a couple of sectors for resources and just see what's immediately available. They have changed the UI a little bit in this game, but I think generally they've just made it a bit more concise. So I think there's more room for the chat and whatnot than before. Oh no, we forgot to bring Pepsi. The colonists are doomed. Well, the colonists aren't here yet. Maybe we can manufacture some Pepsi. But yes, let's quit that. And then let's use our orbital probes. So this is the rough terrain. So essentially, we've got a little plateau up here surrounded by mountains. So this is the area we can build on for our whole colony. And then there's actually a little basin down here. We are going to have to either have an independent colony connected by shuttles, or terraform a slope down here so we can actually move drones back and forth and whatnot. So we've already found a small concrete deposit. It's not a lot of concrete. High chance of concrete and metals. There's already water here as well. Let's stick our orbital probes down. So we can deploy a probe with left mouse button or X. Okay, so there's a large water deposit, that's good. There's a research thing, and there's a key. What does a key mean? Is that a breakthrough? I don't know. It also shows the buildable area of wherever we're scanning. I think maybe we're going to make this like quite a long colony. There doesn't seem to be much chance of finding resources in that spot. So that's kind of unfortunate. It says high chance of concrete and metals over here. I think it's just what we're looking for is a metals deposit, and there's a fair bit of buildable area. I think this is actually fine. Okay, there wasn't a metals actual deposit. There's a rare metals deposit here. Right, so I think what we're going to need to do... Oh yeah, that's what sensor towers are for. We're going to have to set up some sensor towers and start scanning for metal deposits, because I think that's going to be the initial issue we have. We have a relatively small amount of metals on the surface. Okay, what's this? No sector set for scanning. Oh yeah, this is just back and forth the map. Okay, that's good. This frames a little bit when rotating around. Seems to be having sort of occasional stutters. Doesn't seem to be overly linked to what I'm actually doing. Just seems to happen occasionally. It's probably fine. Okay, so we zoom out, have a look here. There's technologies, we can choose a technology to research. So what are our options? Okay, so we've only got 100 research from a sponsor to start. It looks like we've currently got 25% on low-G high-rise for apartments. I don't think we're really that worried about that yet. Transport rovers are faster and they have more storage. We can upgrade wind turbines with polymers for more power. That doesn't seem very helpful right now. Moxie upgrade. Increase oxygen production from those. I think it uses machine parts? I don't know. Scientists and botanists have extra performance. Then what else have we got? We got an elevator connects us to the underground. I don't know anything about that. And then vegetation, seeds, and forestation plants. So these techs do not seem very helpful immediately, so probably transport optimization is the fastest, is the best one for us at the moment. So let's do that one first. And then we already have the water reclamation thing for the water reclamation spire. Okay. Command center view stats, use tools to inspect and manage buildings, mission profile. So if we click this, so we have a few different goals. Each faction has its own sort of different goals, and you get a reward for completing each of them. So lander colonists on Mars by Sol 15, and we get 4,000 research. That's interesting. Export 60 rare metals by the end of Sol 30, and we get 10 free supply pods full of stuff. Have 4 domes. So these ones are timed. That's interesting. Are we gonna get that done? I don't know. Have 4 domes with spires, and you get a fusion reactor for free. Have a dome connected to 3 other domes, and you get 3 celebrity applicants. I don't know what that means. This guy's very smug expression on his face. Have a dome with more than 200 colonists, and you get a large amount of money. Okay, so these don't seem overly helpful unless we could rush some of these. This seems quite hard, though. Right, and then we've got all our elements up here. We've got the research, we've got electricity, life support, oxygen, water, and then we've got our basic resources, so metals, concrete, food, rare metals, exotic minerals. I think this is underground. Oh, this is asteroid only stuff. Okay. And then we have polymers. We have the advanced resources, polymers, machine parts, fuel, and electronics that you have to fabricate yourself or import from Earth. Well, probably import them from Earth to start with. And then you have a few other resources. You've got seeds for terraforming. We've got waste rock, which is just produced. We can turn into rare metals. And then we've got prefabs, which you don't have. And then you can also see your amount of drones, the amount of people you have, the amount of tourists you have. You could have tourists in this game. And then it just gives you a balance of homes and jobs, so that people aren't homeless or jobless. And then we've got the terraforming parameters up here. So, I mean, we'll talk more about this later, but the more you terraform Mars, once you hit certain values for all of these parameters together, you get bonuses. And these can be quite impactful towards the end. Eventually, they turn off all the disasters, I think. Maybe they don't turn meteors. Oh, they do turn meteors off eventually. Okay. Right. Enough deliberating. Let's actually land somewhere. So, I'm thinking... So, where we land the rocket as well. So, we've got a radius. So, the radius is a radius within which drones can be controlled and commanded. So, we probably want to make sure that all of these deposits are sort of in that radius. We can rotate this around a little bit as well. So, I'm going to have to close this. Okay. So maybe if we position it, I want to position it where it's not going to make a huge, it's not going to sort of block everything that we're trying to do. Maybe if we position it down here, then we could put the dome up here or around here, then we can think about it. You can't land where there's objects, you can't land where there's terrain. So maybe we just land here. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Let's play. There we go. So there's an anomaly. Okay, this is the anomaly. Okay. There we go. It's a rocket. It's a little green guy.
A rocket has arrived.
Yep, there's the controls. So I've already been doing some of that. That's good. We're gonna get a lot of lag, actually, aren't we? Just a lot of lag spikes. Is there anything I can do about that? Not sure what would even be causing that. Would that be... I remember this being an issue initially. I don't think there's anything I want to change in these settings. I think we'll just do it for now, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll try to fix these later on as we go. Right, so what do we want to do? We've got... okay, so let's just unpause it. Here are the drones. They're on their way. They're going to start unpacking the rocket, I think. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe we actually need to make like a little depot for them. Yeah, maybe like a little universal depot just to go... I don't know, like... Maybe just here for now. There we go. So So you guys are going to start picking up resources going over there. Some metals in here we can harvest as well. Let's just see what we got in here first. It's got a little box of electronics, some polymers. They've got all the advanced resources. Very nice. We got the transport. I think you could go and gather these resources. Gather the metals. We'll just keep unpacking for now. I'm really not in a rush at the moment, I'm going to be honest. We're just going to see how this goes. See what the performance is like, because if we keep getting loads of lag spikes, I'm going to be quite annoyed. It's actually... Oh. Hold on. I can escape the windows. Let's close a few windows. Yeah. I think it's going to help. It's annoying because it generally seems to be running properly unless we get a momentary spike. So yeah, all those deposits coming here. You can see this is filling up the little transport with the metals. So that's nice. It's going to take a little bit of time. Right. Let's actually start building some infrastructure then, right? Let's see. Let's familiarize ourselves with all the buildings again. So we got a drone hub which actually controls the drones. The rocket acts as a drone hub, but obviously with the rockets moving around, we're not going to want that to be a thing. Landing pod. I should probably put an actual dedicated landing pod in. So let's do that here. Let's get that built first. Does this cost anything? This costs a little bit of concrete. Okay. Perhaps I will need to get this to... There's a concrete deposit. Okay, so... Is that the only one we have? Fully powered drones to service. Right, okay, so the concrete extractor works without people. That's important. So, it costs 5 metals, 2 machine parts. We brought machine parts with us. We have metals on the map. So we need to go position this over here. And then too far from drone controllers. So I think what we'll want to do for now. So the rocket has influence over here. So let's actually just put a drone hub. Can I actually just mark this? That'd be handy, wouldn't it? No, we'll just zoom in like this. And then if we put the drone hub here. Oh no, what's going on? We got an event. Exceptional circumstances already. The drone attempts to put the square part into the round hole for the 3rd consecutive time, determined to find a solution. We seem to be missing some parts from our prefab. Also, there seems to be parts that don't fit anywhere, and the instructions are no help at all. So, there's a chance to fix the building or lose a drone, or we lose the prefab. Well, let's hope that it works. Okay, taking manual control over the drone, we were able to put together the building, but there were some places we had to improvise. The drone hub has been constructed, but it'll require additional maintenance every time it functions. Great, good start. Yeah, great, good start. Right, okay.
A building has stopped working.
Yes, great. Yes, it needs power. We know this. So this is full of drones as well. They're going to start connecting to things. The range with the drone hub and the rocket overlaps. So there should be sufficient coverage for that. But we will need some power. We'll need some wind turbines or solar power, that sort of thing. So we have to connect things with power cables. And obviously, if we have solar panels, they're only going to connect during the day. We're only going to charge during the day. So let's see what we've got here. So this requires machine parts maintenance. This requires a metal for maintenance. We actually have a Sterling generator prefab here, but this requires polymers for maintenance as well. But we can just set it up and then close it so that it doesn't actually accumulate damage from dust. And then that will give us a little bit of base power we can work with. So maybe we just build this for now. And then we can put a power accumulator. Do we want a power accumulator? We probably do want a power accumulator, don't we? Let's stick that there. I'm gonna have to get familiar with this game again. And then I think what we'll do... So cables cost 1 metal for a 5 hex long section. maybe we do something along these lines. And then eventually we'll have another drone hub over here. But I don't think we actually need the power cables yet. So let's actually cancel that. So where's the... Yeah, so I can tell it not to make the cable by doing that. How about we actually just surround this with cable for now? I'm not sure that's needed, but we'll see. Okay, so that needs to get set up. So these drones are probably going to stop doing stuff very quickly. We'll probably want to put a storage over there as well. So let's just put that storage here for now, so it's in line with the other one. It's out of range of the drones, okay. Okay, I think we actually need to move this. Oh, this doesn't cost anything, so we could just build it in a more convenient spot, I guess. We can rotate it with R and T, okay. That's fine, so we can put that there. So we can prioritize different things for this. And these guys should be able to reach everything over here. We've got a brave little drone that's bringing some metals over to the deposit over here, and then we can set up this drone. We can set up this drone hub, and then we need the power cable to go to the concrete extractor. So that is going to have to go like this. That's probably fine, right? We'll see how that goes. Right, it's working a little better now. That's good. I was a bit worried earlier. I like them, they're cute. So these guys have power, these guys have accumulated dust as well for maintenance. We can just follow them. There you go. Oh, there we go, look at this! These guys are very close friends. They're not going to clip into each other, thankfully. Okay, good. Right, so we're going to need a recharge point as well, just to make sure that we can actually get these guys fully charged up. There's going to be an infrastructure. I think we just want a few of these, so let's actually put one, let's put one in this little corner here, one in this little corner here. So this is closed at the moment, so it produces 10 power, but it shouldn't require any maintenance because it's fully closed. This is just literally like a radioactive isotope generator or something, so it should just be free power. Now, there are priorities in here as well. Now, this is not like only where there's 9 different priorities. There's 3 different priorities. So we're going to set the power accumulator to high, and then the drones can recharge in here. Okay, we don't need a thing here. That's fine. Maybe I'll put one over here once we've done that. Yeah, you're nearly full of metals. That's good. We keep harvesting all these metal deposits for a little while. And then what else do we want? We want sensor towers. So if we zoom out, this is right on the edge of our sector zonage. So I think it does just make sense to put a sensor tower
Heavy
here.
drone workload.
Logistical problem. Heavy drone workload. Yes, I get that. It's going to take a little while for you guys to do these things. I understand. What else do we want? We probably want a landing pad, which is what we put here. That's good. Train station, we don't need that yet. Elevator, we don't need that yet. Tunnel, track, nope, okay. We could put in some solar panels, just to generate a little bit of extra power. Go too slow, go faster. Hey, I haven't played this game in ages. I guess we should see if that affects the game performance. I don't think it will. Does it only really have different priorities? I thought it only had 9. Yeah, you know. I'm just fooling you all. But yeah, the game does look a little bit different. The textures look a bit different. The lighting looks a lot different. Okay, we're on speed 2 now. You're gathering more metals. See, the drones are gathering the metals automatically as well, so we don't necessarily just need the rover transport to do it. This guy's idle, so you're currently a little bit full. So you need to No, I don't want you to load metals. I want you to offload metals. I guess the drones will offload the metals. That's probably fine. We got new applicants. Okay, we're a bit... we're not quite at that stage yet. You need more scrubbers to scrub scrubbers. Yes, that's very much a late game thing. To get rid of some of the maintenance requirements. Let's go back to speed 1. So... Wind turbines. I don't really want the machine parts maintenance yet. We're going to want to save that for the extractors. But then this is a lot of metals. But we do have some metals. The key issue is we don't actually have a metals deposit. We're at the point where we're importing metals. That's going to be quite bad. But for now, the metals are good. Right, so you're carrying... You're still carrying metal. Actually, you know what? Just gather these for now. The drones will get the picture. And then... Right, other things that we want to build. So each of these produces 5 power. It looks like we've got... Martian days consist of nearly 25 hours. This is actually nighttime. I've forgotten the maths on this. I think we'll start setting up solar panels once we know that we haven't got enough power from our Stirling generator. And then we've got our extractors. We've got the refinery here as well. So this produces rare metals from waste rock, and it uses machine parts and maintenance, so we don't need to do that yet. We do have the fuel refinery. This uses water to make fuel. Okay. We have a moisture vaporator. Okay. This is probably something I want to do. Production lowered when placed near other vaporators. No production during dust storms. So let's place this down. I guess for now, I'll put this sort of over here. Oh man, I'm trying to figure out how to do this without setting off my OCD. How about we put it over here for now? We've got to make sure that it actually can be connected up to with pipes. So, yeah, what you want to do is you want to sort of avoid other vaporators from being in the radius. Let's just stick this here for now.
Heavy drone workload.
Yes, I get that. So let's see, does the rocket have any more resources on it? Not at the moment. We have 6 drones there. We have 4 at this drone hub. What I can do is... So let's see. The drone load on the rocket is medium. The drone load here is heavy. So what I could do is I could pack up a drone here. I could... Wait, can I? There was a setting for the drone hub for me to pack up the drone. There isn't a setting here. Obviously don't want to launch the rocket back home. Interesting. Okay, there we go. The concrete extractor is working. So it stores waste rock. There's remaining concrete. Let's going to start scraping up this little deposit. That's quite loud, isn't it? That's fine. We're not going to go super close to this. Let's put in a little waste rock. There's a little waste rock storage, right? That's in storages. Just put like a dumping site here. There you go. Should be fairly straightforward. This guy's getting a little recharge.
Building has stopped working.
Why isn't it working? Oh, it hasn't got power. Right, okay, let's see what the power situation is. So we've got 10 power being produced, and we've got a demand of 10.2 already. Okay, great. Good. Let's also go back to the map. Let's start scanning this one, because we want to find metals. Okay, how are you doing? You're still grabbing metals, that's good. I think we will need to build at least one wind turbine. So let's build a wind turbine over here. We do a machine part for this. So let's just get that set up to start with. So, where will the drone go? This is a research site, so this means that if a dome is built near this, it will get a research bonus, I think. Oh, this needs to have a high priority for power. Because obviously if this isn't getting powered, then nothing's running. Also, we don't have a water tank here. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's actually build a tank so we can store this water. So, let's see. I think if we just rotate this here, and then we put a pipe here. We're not actually going to connect. Let's see what this does. Because obviously I don't want the moisture vapor to work if it's not storing any water. We'll set this to high priority as well. I think this should automatically connect. Surely? I guess we'll see. Right, you're full of metals. So come over here. Yeah, you're building the pipe. Let's see how that goes. You do still need to build the accumulator. You're getting some concrete for that now. The concrete is going to be the constraint on a lot of this stuff to start with. And you should be grabbing the metals now. In fact, actually, yeah, there you go. You can unload directly. I thought you could unload directly. That would be pretty silly if you couldn't. Good. It should help with the whole metal situation. None of this is an immediate problem. Obviously, having some stored power would be nice. And then we got the Moxie. So this consumes power, requires metals for maintenance, produces oxygen. So this isn't actually using... Is that actually using water? I don't think it is. I think the water and the oxygen are separate in this game. Because the Moxie is using the metals themselves, I believe. Okay, that's going well. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it doesn't use water. No, the Moxie... I was thinking about the Moxie for Oni. That'd be pretty interesting. It's a very specific technology. Right, okay, well, we don't need all these pipes. So... let's salvage this pipe. Okay, there you go. I don't think it even costs any metal, to be honest. Right, so now we're filling up the water tank. Or we will be filling up the water tank once we build this. Once we build this. So, how much power does each wind turbine generate? Oh, they get an elevation boost. Well, we're on the top of a plateau, so I think it's a pretty good elevation boost. That's nice. Okay, so maybe what that means is we prioritize wind turbines, and thus we need less batteries overall. You do require Great Moxie to play this effectively. Yes, Great Moxie and Cunning, indeed. Let's just have a look through the other buildings, so I don't forget about all this. I might put the Moxie here, actually. Should I have this space? I'll stick you here, I think. We're still connected to the power cable there, I think. That's a lower priority, and then again we can just get an oxygen tank. I could go here. Oh, I'm not even sure what I want to do. Maybe just put it here, and then we could have the pipe. And just have the pipe come out here. Yeah. We'll maybe reshuffle this stuff later once we figured out more about this game. So you're still waiting for the concrete. Okay, so... Oh, I see what the issue is. So let's have a look at this. So we're demanding... if we click this... This requires 5... Let's increase the priority on that. Sensor tower should be a fairly low priority. Because we need more concrete. That was the whole issue. And then let's actually set up a concrete storage directly at the concrete thing. So the specialized storages have a bit more capacity, so that makes sense, right? You're not running at full power. Oh no, this is the sensor tower. That's not right. Okay, that's fine. Once we get the concrete and the wind turbines, I think that'll be the main thing that helps get us going. You're still mining that? Okay. Let's keep the transport occupied as well. I think what I should do is I should use the transport to go grab all of these metals over here that are a bit too far away for the drones. Yeah, that seems good. You got lots of metals now, that's good. You need a lot of concrete to actually build this landing pad. Fair enough. Okay, I think we can speed it up a little bit. Yeah, you're building the air tank now, that's good. Okay, so this is running... I mean, obviously we're pretty low on power now. This is fine. Just fill up the tank.
Heavy drone workload.
Heavy drone workload, yes. We'll have to bring more drones from space as well, or possibly make more drone hubs. Oh, we don't have the technology for drone hubs. That's very true. Okay. We're 13% of the way to our technology. You don't have enough power to recharge your drones. Okay, that's bad. I mean, these should stop running once they turn off, right? Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn this off too. We don't need this one. Yeah, just turn these off for now, because we don't need them to actually run. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a concrete storage here, but most of the concrete will end up stored on here once this fills up. And there's some waste rock. That's our rare metal source. I'm just a bit concerned that we don't have a metals deposit, but maybe there's one in this square. Yeah, I think we'll keep on speed 2 for now.
Warning. Insufficient resources.
But yes, we've got less than 9 hours of storage power. Okay. That's fine. So at least we're charging up a little bit of excess. And then once we start building the wind turbines, it should kick off a lot faster as well. Okay, well, I mean, we're starting. This definitely isn't perfect, but we're starting off. But yeah, the concrete extraction seems to be the thing that we just have to do initially. Ooh. We've still got a heavy drone workload. Okay, these drones are all board. Right, so they're not actually doing anything now. So I can assign them to this commander here. Okay, that makes sense. Let's assign all of these drones to the drone hub. I think you have to do it manually for the rocket drones. There's the other two. Okay. Yeah. I think this makes sense. And then we'll use the rover here to collect the resources from the other place. Okay, so that should lower the drone workload. We do have to refuel this as well. We do actually have a fuel prefab. But we need to build some wind turbines first and actually get some power stored up. And again, because our metals are limited, I don't
Sector scan.
Oh,
no
okay.
sector set for scanning.
There we go. That's a good metal deposit. And then there's a good metal deposit here as well. They're both very good. Okay, good. All right. That's fine. We still need colonists to actually go and look at these, but that's a lot of metals to start with. So once we get a dome over here, we can start going ham with solar panels. But until then, let's stick with wind turbines for now. What else do we want to do? So we will want to build a dome, but let's just get the power up first. Now we've got the drones over here. This should make things a little bit easier. You've still got a heavy workload, even with the 10 drones. That's interesting. They're starting to build a landing pad. I wanted you to build... Oh, right, okay. Prioritize the window thing. No second step of scanning. Yes, true. Okay, let's keep scanning. I mean, this is just build area. It says low chance of resources, but it's right nearby. And then I think we just start scanning the ones that are nearby with resources in them. I think that makes sense. Then you are full, so you can come over here and dump the metal. Oh, is this full of metals? This is full of metal. Okay. Perhaps I need to make an actual just metal storage, because we're going to get a lot of these collected up. Okie dokie. So have you played a lot of Surviving Mars and Tech Rock? Is this
Council
one of the ones
session
that you'd like to
open.
do? Oh my god, what is this? Earth Council is ready to convene for the first time. It's made up of the founding members of the founding faction and the most important sponsors that will govern the future of Mars. Initial council seat members are Prosperity for Mars, 10 seats, Brazil, 4 seats, China, 2 seats, Mars Mission, 2 seats, Paradox Interactive. Oh, so those are the other factions. We've got China, the Mars Mission, and Paradox. Earth Council will disband when the colony has created its own assembly. Okay, let's have a look. What does this mean? First thing I do when starting a new game is Q scanning all starting sectors. Yeah, true, yeah. Okay. Prepare or enact a law. Session open. You can see how many the factions are distributed to current political tension. The factions are content there's no risk of a political crisis. During a political crisis, the most controversial laws will be revoked. Okay. We can prepare and enact laws by selecting the law button or pressing the choose law button, right? Select the law. Right, so founder's permit, skip the founder stage. Additional rewards for reaching milestones. I don't think I want to do that one. Additional rewards for exploring sectors. You can prepare this law to enact it. So there's some that are already available to enact with a vote, and some that need to actually be prepared first. Heavy mining, so more production from extractors, but more waste rock. Well, that's good for us, isn't it? Because we actually use waste rock. Sponsor research is increased. We don't get very much sponsor research. If that's like a percentage buff, it's probably not worth doing. Additional positive effects from sensor towers. Residential buildings to increase capacity. Offsetting of birth restrictions. You know what? Let's make more waste rock. That sounds good. 16. Okay, so Brazil obviously likes this. The Prosperity faction likes this, and China likes this. So we can vote for that. We can convince the faction to back the law. So we get 20% extra production and 50% extra waste rock. And again, I think this is good for us. So yes.
Vote passed.
Hooray! And then these two guys abstained, but nobody voted against it. That's good. So now
New faction opportunity.
faction opportunity. Right. What does this mean? Build a dome. Complete a dome in the next 5 cycles to increase Paradox's approval. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Right, so... Okay, so we know that we want to build a dome near the metals where we can actually set it up. I'm not going to bother with this. We're just going to set up our own sort of basic dome to start with. What is this? Naturalist habitat, a living space for a small amount of colonists. The colonists living here will not suffer penalties from working outside. Has its own life support and doesn't need to be connected to water and oxygen. Really? Interesting. Obviously, I don't think we actually... I think generally we just want to build the dome because it's going to be more space efficient. The super early knock dome. There's so many advanced resources. But the maintenance is... I guess because it's so few residential space, the maintenance is a lot. Because it's going to turn into a lot of concrete if you have a lot of that. I think we generally just want to go with basic domes. Again, the basic dome doesn't require... Oh, we don't have enough polymers. I guess we just do a microdome to start then? Yeah. We don't really want to import more polymers because we're trying to get a colonist hit early. So let's just do a microdome. So, yeah, way faster. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We don't necessarily need this to grab both metal deposits. We can just have it grab one for now. And then what I could do is... I'm beginning to think I should have built my pipe on the other side. Is there a drawback for putting the extractor here? So this is where the... Oh, this is the radius within which the extractor is generating dust, isn't it? Is that the case? Yeah, dust contamination. That's what it's saying. So let's take the microdome. And let's put it as close to this as possible. What if I rotate this? Actually, if I rotate this, this is probably... Well, it looks cleaner, but I don't think that's the priority. I think here is probably best. Because then it's not going to be too close to either it's not going to be too close to either extractor. Okay, so let's just start building that then. Let's put it on low speed. So, oh, looks like a meteor is landing. Okay. There's just a meteor. Does it have anything in it? Not by the looks of it. Okay. Right. How much power do we have? Is this actually a cubic? So this is... Okay, so we've got 8 extra power now. This takes 5 to run. This takes 2 to run. So we can turn these on. So now we have some oxygen production and we have some water production. This is because the wind turbine is running. Each wind turbine is giving us 8.9 power. That's pretty good. Okay. Everything's powered. Hooray! The meteor contained only pain. Sure. Okay. We need to set up the fuel prefab as well, don't we? So this consumes water and produces fuel. So let's actually... I've organized this terribly. I think what I can do, though, is I can put this here, and then... I don't think... Does the fuel... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to leave it there. Whatever. We're not doing things perfectly. This is literally my first impression of the game. It's fine. Right, then that will connect to that. So look at this thing. It's just sucking moisture out of the air. You know, good old moisture farming. And then you guys are going to start putting the dome together. This is a lot of metals, but that's fine. Right, you are bored. Okay, you finished extracting that, so you can go collect these. And then, okay, what about the refinery? So these don't require duplicates. These don't require colonists, but they do consume a lot of power. It consumes 1 waste rock and turns into 3 rare metals. And then it requires machine parts.
A building has stopped working.
The building has stopped working. Oh, the fuel refinery. Yeah, that makes sense. Can we just build this? 3 machine parts? We have lots of machine parts. We have lots of spare money left as well. So we don't want...
Insufficient resources.
What's this? Less than 7 hours of power. Oh, right. Okay, so we're negative in power again now. So this means we need another wind turbine. And the good thing about the wind turbines is we can just stick them right next to each other, right? I don't think that causes any issues, does it? So we'll keep doing that, and then you're actually running off of the fuel. You're running off of the water, right? So we should get fuel out for that. Hello, Trevor Queen. Yeah, we're playing Swine Mars. It's alright so far. We picked a sponsor with Brazil. We're gonna make loads of rare metals from waste rock. I'm just refamiliarizing myself with the game today, just checking everything's working properly. But we'll continue this run. We can always rip stuff up and rebuild it later if we need to, I think. Can we? I don't know. But yeah, it should be fun. So are you interested in this game? Have you played it before? I've played this a lot before the relaunch. Yeah, let's just put in a refinery. That sounds fun. So this needs to go nearby. I think we'll just put it here. Seems good. That's going to require a fair bit of power. So let's actually just build another 2 wind turbines. These are 1 each. So I think machine parts is going to start being constrained. Maybe. That's probably going to limit what we're doing to start. Yeah, low storage for power. So keep building these. Okay, the wind turbines are spinning up now. That's good. I do like these sort of vertical designs of the wind turbines as well. And everything's green, because we're Brazil. Okay, so the drone workload is now low. That's good. Is that good? Oh, you need to actually dump the metals. Although actually at the you know what, actually not. Can you just dump at the construction site? No. Let's set up another storage. Just set up a metal storage here as well. And then you can just dump it here. Boys, Europe, I can imagine if this game was multiplayer. Yeah, Europe were pretty good when I played them a while ago. But I do like the unique little things. I'm just glad we found a metal deposit, because now we've got a rare metals deposit, we've got a water deposit, we've got the regular metals deposit, we've got concrete. I think we have a little bit of everything that we need. So we can at least get started. That's the hardest part, getting started. I played it and I like it. I'm just struggling with managing vast amounts of population. Do you have a key research? Hold on, let me look. Yes, we have the water reclamation, which I quite like. And we have the transport optimization. That should be handy too. We can make the apartments as well. That might be relevant. Oh, yeah, we have a break. This is like a... Yeah. An RC Explorer can analyze the anomalies. So we need to get an Explorer rover. Yeah. I want to see what that is too. But we only have the 1 rocket, so we're actually going to refuel this and then send it back. So... This will store... How much fuel will this store? It can store up to 100 fuel. I believe generally what you want to do is you want to put the fuel storage somewhere else. Because if the fuel blows up, you don't want the fuel to explode and blow up the rest of your resources. I remember that.
Sector scanned.
Let's just supply pod the rover. That's true, we do have supply pods. Yes, let's think about this. So we have funding, and because we're Brazil, we have the large supply pod. So we can send a cargo rocket for 3 billion. We can send a passenger rocket for 3 billion. Oh no, this is buying the rockets. Oh, do I actually just need to buy a passenger rocket? That's hilarious. Oh no, that's just if we're sending... We can use the rockets for both, but we have to send it back first. I don't think we need to buy another rocket, though. Large supply pod, right. Okay, let's think about what we need. So we want the Explorer. That's half the capacity. We know that we're probably going to get through a fair few machine parts. The passenger rocket does come with food. We could bring a few more drones as well. I think that would be wise. Another drone hub, actually. You know what? Let's actually bring a drone hub and bring 5 more drones. I think that will do. Maybe actually some machine parts? How much in machine parts? 2,000. For 5. Okay. Well, this isn't going to cost very much money. I mean, it's going to cost the cost of the supply pod, but that's fine. And that way we can just get our drone coverage increased a little bit. I think this is what we want to do. So then we can get the Explorer. So that's going to come to Mars. Good. Yes, I should remember that we actually have these things. And he gets a free metal. Yes, because you can unpack the supply pod. That's true. Like, the supply pod is literally made of metal. That is true. Yeah, these spikes don't seem to be all the time. I think we'll be fine. It's not ideal, but it's manageable. Okay, you're charging up at a decent clip. Everything's getting built. Yeah, seems good to me. What about the refinery? Oh. Yep, that's there. Okay, that's good. And again, it shows the maintenance per cycle, and it also shows the amount required for construction sites. So because we have 5 queued up for construction, obviously the maintenance cost will increase once we've built everything. But if we just built everything now, then we can run it for 15 cycles before we run out of machines. That's to give you an idea of the timings. It's not quite as generous as you think. Right, so the rover again. Let's keep collecting the metals. Can I automate? How about... Oh, I could just do that, can't I? Cool. Then unload here. There you go. That's good. That will help. Less micromanagement. That's not a huge deposit, but that will help. And then what we can do is we can set up the drone hub so it's a little bit over here. I think this is the dust radius. Oh, I remember what this is now. This is the dust radius of the rocket. Okay, well maybe what we actually do then is we set up the drone hub in this corner. I think that's fine. Oh, the fuel isn't in range. Okay, that's not fine. Let's see. Remove that. You can go here. Okay. Okay. Don't mind me, just getting confused about the UI again. Right, let's speed up. I think let's prioritize this. Let's prioritize this. Let's prioritize this. And then we can start dealing with the waste rock. Because the main problem with the waste rock is you have to store it somewhere. It takes up space. But the good thing for Brazil is we can actually process it. So we shouldn't have to take up that much space on waste rock. I think the drones are all handling the recharging just fine as well. It's going to take a while for the water... Actually,
heavy
the water
drone
tank
workload.
isn't going to fill up at all. Okay, heavy drone workload. That's fine. I did just tell them to do a bunch of stuff. So that's fine. Oh, it's because they're going to be resupplying the fuel depot as well. Are you just going straight to the rocket with the fuel? That's fine. Yeah. Until you need the atmosphere. True. Yeah, just keep going, man. It's all good. So, we're going to get this faction opportunity to build a dome. That's good. Let's just check our... No, that's not that. Let's check our sponsor again. No, not this. Sponsor. This is the stats center where you've got access to all sorts of different informations. Building colors. Oh, yeah! You can change the building color preset in here. So we've got the rainforest skin at the moment because we're Brazil, but there's quite a lot of different options that we have. There's some good ones. This is the default one, I think. They have a Hearts of Iron one. That's funny. Red, white, and blue. Saffron, purple. The pink of the church. I'm gonna stick with the green. I like the green. I'm glad I found that, though, because I was a bit worried about that. Right. There's the planetary views, so we can see where all the other colonies are. And we can also actually see their resources, their production rates, what they've done, their colonists, etc. So it seems like everyone is sort of at a similar stage to us in terms of the actual development of the colony. So that's interesting. We've got our politics bit here, which we just did. Oh, here it is. Land a colonist by Sol 15. That's the one that I think is going to be hard. I think we probably are going to manage the rare metals because we've got the extractor. And we're generating a lot more waste rock than usual, so we can keep doing that. I think we can sort that out. Also, our rare metals price is very good, so we should definitely be exporting that for money if we need to early on. Yeah, it's funny. For the dome, we've literally just got a pile of metal and concrete in here, just like all stacked up. I find that quite amusing. Okay, the supply pod is ready to land. So, generally speaking... Oh, we can land on the landing pad. That makes sense. That does make sense. Good idea. And then you can actually see it coming in from the map overview. And then that will land. And that should destroy everything, right? As the drone is getting out of the way. There's a little pile of waste rock for us. There it is. It's going to land, and then it's going to topple over. There you go. Alright, we got some extra drones. This is coming back. We got the Explorer. So now the Explorer can have a look at this artifact. Or anomaly. Let's scan the anomaly. And then we can salvage this for 5 metal. And then we also unpacked some machine parts, because I knew we were going to run out of those at some point. Ooh. Here we go. Right, let's just follow the rover and see what it does. It's got the cool little head. Yeah, I like it.
Anomaly found.
Indeed. How is scanning that going to go then? Scan progress is quite slow. That's fine. Gives me more time to drink some coke. Okay, I think we're getting there. I think I've forgotten about 50% of what I've known about the game. I think that 50% was just making things look pretty. I think we're gonna be all right. Okay, so we still haven't built these. Is there a specific reason for that? Oh, you're just moving the metals around. Okay, that's fine. You're still mining up the last of this deposit. That's good. Scan the sector. There's another concrete deposit. Okay, sure. Sensor tower boost. Oh yeah, close to the sensor tower, the quicker it will scan. That's true. Becomes some more tech observations. Yes. That would be good, because we don't have a lot of useful tech options at the moment. That's very true. Right, let's speed up a little bit, because we just need all this stuff getting built. Not really fussed about the rest of that, really. Are you guys actually doing stuff? So you've got 3 drones at the moment. Where are you going? You're delivering metals. You just left some resources on the floor. Okay. You're delivering fuel. That's good. So this is fueling up. We can actually export the rare metal now if we want. I don't think there's any specific reason to have the drones assigned to the rocket, is there? There you go. You love Europe because of the ability to have mobile sensor towers? Yes, that does seem good, actually. Now that you mention it. Oh, they've left the metals on the floor. Ah! Good thing they don't collide with them. That would be bad. Right, well, whatever these lag spikes are, they seem to be independent of what we're actually doing in the game, so I'm not going to worry about them. It would be good to actually get this refinery.
Milestone completed.
Ooh! We got achievement. We've analyzed an anomaly. What does that mean? Just extra. Oh, that's what the key means. It just unlocks extra tech options. Right. So decommission protocol allows clearing of salvaged and destroyed buildings. Yeah, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Drone hubs are constructed with an additional 2 drones, and the maximum number of drones is increased to 80. That seems very strong, because we only have 20 per hub at the moment. Probes are cheaper and can deep scan. Soil adaptation for farms. Okay. A one-time grant of $1 billion. We also have the light tripod. These lights function without being connected to a power grid. Interesting. And then drones work faster on landscaping. Okay, so we're researching transport optimization for now. That's nearly done. I think we probably... Is it reasonable to say we just want the money? I feel like the sooner we get this money, the sooner we can pump it into the colony. But let's get the transport one first, because we've nearly done with that. Okay. Is there anything we actually need that would speed up the colony faster? Probably prefabs for certain advanced buildings, right? But we can do that once we've actually set up the drone. So you've got a medium... Oh, we need to put the drone hub prefab down as well. Prefabs just appear in your build menu normally. Okay, so the good thing is the drone hubs actually show up on this thing. So I want to put it in this corner, I think. Yeah, because that's where the water is. Okay, and then I didn't leave a gap for the cable, did I? That would have been helpful, wouldn't it? That is technically a gap. Okay, sure, whatever. Oh, you know what, actually? Please do it like this. And then we'll just do another little, cable over there. Too far for drone commander. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Salvage these bits. So it salvages 1 metal's worth of wires at a time. Okay, that's fine. Then just do that. And then prioritize... I mean, I guess that could come later. That's not necessarily needed now, because they're not going to work on the dome stuff. This is just so we can actually get over here. I'm imagining what I want to do is I want to set up these 4. So we'll probably just keep importing drone hubs. And these require electronics for maintenance. So that
A building has stopped working.
is important. The building stopped working. Oh, the refinery is built. Oh, you just need loading. Good. Yeah, well, this should be fine. I like how this looks. This is our unique building. Yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to even mention, there are actually just different skins for all these buildings as well. Like, if I go here, I can cycle this into a different option. So now look! It's got a little wheel that comes out instead. So that's going to just extend out like this instead of a big crane. It's going to roll along the ground. I think I prefer how the other one, but it is entertaining to look at. I presume it's just running both animations simultaneously and only showing me one or something. That's interesting. Right, we got the turbines up as well. You are actually pretty close to fully charged, so we can actually make a bit more water and stuff. Now let's actually have a think about this dome. So this dome requires 0.5 oxygen and 0.5 water. So we need a bit more water. So let's actually... You need prefabs. Should we just send in a prefab for another moisture vaporator? Because we're not really doing anything over here yet with the... Oh wait, hold on. We don't need colonists for water extraction. So this is what we should do, right? Just stick it here. I can stick it as close as possible, right? In fact, actually, you know what? Let's put it here. Let's put it here, and then that cable can go here. And then we can extract water from that, and then we can pump it to the base. And then we don't need to keep sending over moisture vaporators. That seems fair enough. And then the water pipe as well. That can come out of here. And just run that over where the cable is. Oh, right! That is actually probably something to think about. We can run pipes over cables. That makes sense. Oh, and this pipe seems to connect to the oxygen too. Okay, well, I'm not sure that's really needed yet. It does occur to me that this is not enough water
Heavy
for the
drone workload.
colonists as well. So what do I want next? You're not loading this yet. I do want you to just start loading this. So we've got the waste rock and we want the rare metals, right? That is one of our goals. How's the rocket refueling going? So this is... Oh, that's the other thing. It's going to take a little while for all the fuel to get over there. That's true. This is yet another task for them to do. I think... Okay, here's what we do. I think we lower the priority on this. And then we actually just... we get the metals extracted. We get the metals refined once the rocket is launched. I think that makes more sense. I think we want the rocket refueling to go up to high priority as well. We could drag the service area down as well, so you can actually have these buildings service a smaller area if you want a drone hub to like really focus on a specific location, not get bogged down by other tasks. I think perhaps what we need to do is send more drones. So, how many of these do we have? We have 4. We can send these for free, so we should send these. We should send these as soon as possible, really, shouldn't we? We just send a load of drones. How many do we need again? Does it actually say how many each one can handle? Should we just, like, bring a supply pod with, like, 20 drones in it? I think that'd be a good idea. Oh, you know what? Let's bring more hubs and then just more drones. Let's just do this. And we'll keep launching these and keep landing them. There's really no reason not to, right? Because they're literally just our free starting... I should have done this a while ago, shouldn't I? Oh, whatever. Whatever, we're just getting used to it again. So, we will have a drone... We'll have a big dome over here somewhere. I think. This is going to be a little drone dome just for the metals. Okay, you're actually done with that deposit. There's another deposit over here, so... Is there a better radius for this? Not really. Load, all... Unload. And we're scanning for anomalies now, I guess, aren't we? What about the Explorer? You don't actually do anything, do you? I can salvage you for polymers and metals. That feels bad. Well, I guess we needed you just in case, right? This is not seeming to run very well. The drones are not supplying this. They're supplying this with concrete. That seems to be the main constraint as well. Yeah, production per sol is 33.6. So, I don't think it shows you the actual percentage buff, but you can figure it out. It is 20% from 20. Good, good. Right, let's speed it up again. We'll have the drones land, and then we'll build the rest of the drone hubs, because we're definitely gonna want one over here, and we're definitely gonna want one over here. You're gonna need more power? Yeah, we're gonna need more power. This is enough power for now, but we'll need more.
A building has stopped working.
It's not working because the drones aren't servicing it. That's why it's not working. And the dome requires 5 power. Okay.
Sector scanned.
Anything interesting? Another concrete deposit. Well, that's good. We wouldn't want to run out of concrete. Okay, so this drone hub is working now. This starts with 4. And they're currently actually working on the pipe. I think that's acceptable. I think I also probably want a recharge point right by the...
Heavy drone workload.
Feels like a good idea to me. You've got heavy workload there.
Research complete.
Okay. We did it! Oh, I wasn't even watching. We built the dome. Okay. You can't see any of my achievements popping up. Yes, this is a very small dome, not very round. It's a big triangle. So, it's called a living complex because it's not a living simple. So, we need to plug in the pipes. That's true. Oxygen and water can come through the same pipe, I think. So let's go in here. So if this is all actually just... Can I literally just do this? Would that work? Let's see if that works. That would be very amusing if that worked. So we do actually need more water. This should get built fairly quickly. We're just about to land our supply pod. This is going to require... How much power is the water extractor going to require? 5. Let's build another 2 wind turbines, I think. The wind power is very... The wind is very strong on this plateau, so I think this makes sense just to ignore solar panels for now.
Council session open.
Oh, hold on. Right, what we got? We got another law we can enact. So we can prepare a law. Allow outsourcing of resource. Okay, let's have a look at these. So, allows outsourcing of research. The sponsor can provide additional research in exchange for funding. You can have laws for applicants funding research. Additional... Oh, that's additional rewards for exploring sectors. I'm not sure what to do this, because I know it's going to benefit the other colonies. I guess all of these benefit the other colonies. How about... Extra scanning, navigation, research stations. I don't know what that means. We could do more of that, maybe. Dome bonuses for research sites are increased. We do have a research site, so maybe that would be worth doing at some point. Reduces all buildings cost in concrete and metals. Yep. Rocket travel time is reduced. I would like that. I would like this. 10 for 8 maybe. 2 against. Well, it seems like we're going to go for this. Let's try it. Oh, it has upkeep. Laws have upkeep? No, only certain laws. Okay, so that's interesting. Oh, we can click on these as well and just see what people actually are in favor of initially. So nobody wants crowded living because they don't want to spend the funding. And then we can select these. So, doubles the bonus to sector scanning rates. Rockets launched in an area around sensor towers reach their destination 30% faster. I like that one as well. Then we can get our colonist in time. I think that's the main thing I'm worried about, is getting the colonist in time now. Output research output of buildings is increased by 30%. Soil quality is gradually improved. I don't care about that. There's no profit in dirt. Well said. Let's vote for this with navigation, I think.
Vote passed.
Hooray, everyone liked it. Right, so I think
New
this means...
faction opportunity.
Oh, is that because we actually built this? Oh yeah, we got the approval from Paradox. So China wants us to research soil adaptation. I'm not sure I care about that. Not at the moment. So let's actually build a sensor tower. So we have coverage over here. I'll tell you what, how about we just build one here for now? And then that should be fairly straightforward. Oh, I've realized something. Hold on. Cancel that. We will build it. We will build it in the corner instead. Just here. It's going to annoy me less. And then we don't need to build this kit. There you go. Cool, okay. So that's going to go ahead, and then we can actually land this.
Insufficient resources.
Less than 10 hours of water storage, that's fine. Yep. Okay, land the supply pod. So that should be more drones, so we can get stuff built here a bit quicker. You are
Heavy
still
drone
set to
workload.
drones. That's fine. You've landed. You are literally just drones. So you've all gone to the rockets. I mean, I guess you're all working at the moment. Are you all actually working? Admin of 1, hello. Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? Have you been playing Surviving Mars? I'm very excited. It's just come out. I've waited for years to play this game. I was looking forward to them fixing the DLC issues, and I think they have done so. So we're definitely going to have a look. I'm not sure why the raid message was so quiet. But I'm enjoying it so far. We're trying to refuel the rocket. We have actually made some rare metals, and we're starting to send them back. We've got the refinery because we're Brazil. We played today and I ran into a couple of bugs, so we're calling it a day. Oh, really? What bugs have we come into? Because I remember they were... Didn't they say they're putting a lot of effort into fixing bugs?
Cold wave approaching.
Cold wave in... Oh, God. 1 sol 5 hours. So, buildings will consume more electricity, subsurface heaters. Buildings... And certain buildings will freeze. Oh, God. Well, maybe we should try launching a rocket and then just freeze until then. Okay, we've got the drone hubs as well. Let's stick these all in the right places. So we are sticking these in the corners. So I believe, let's just do sort of the... In fact, if I put it in this corner, yeah, this still reaches everything. So I do last arc normally, and I could not get past the original 12 founders, even with 80 comfort in your first dome. Oh no! Yeah, that is a tricky one, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember how specifically I would go with bugs. Yeah, drone hub here would be fine. I think we could put the extractor so it's far enough away from this that it should be fine. And then, power-wise, I think we'll just connect it off of this. Power should just go through the cable, right? I mean, I could do this. It's probably fine. I'm not sure if it's a last start problem, but I hope you can get some Martian boards. Yeah, we'll see about that. Can we get some colonists today? I think we probably can. And then we also need a power cable up here. So how about... Can we actually go this way? We can. That's good. Very considerate. Oh, God. No! Wait. That will do. Right. Put this here. The one thing I'm a little bit perturbed about is the fact that I'm just getting some random lag spikes. But it's not that bad. I'm willing to put up with it. Okay, that will probably do for now. Remember, the drone hubs do have the recharge points on them, so that should be helpful too. Let's have a look at these. So you've got medium workload, you've got medium workload. I believe they are distributing everything to all of these. Oh, you're grabbing all the metals as well. Well, that's probably fine. This one is medium. It looks like everything's running now. That's good. Yours is a bit stuttery. Ended up going for high settings, dropping shadows to medium. Yeah, what are my settings on? Let's see. So, it says custom preset. How about we set it to medium? Does that help? Let's apply this. How does that look? Okay. Well, I had it capped to 60 FPS. That's what I tend to do anyways. So let's cap it again. Yeah. We don't need 240 FPS for streaming. That's not going to happen, is it? Let's try that. Then, okay, yeah. Right, let's see if that makes a difference.
A building has stopped working.
Okay, we've spotted something. We've spotted a water deposit. Okay, that's good. Another water deposit. I'll scan these areas as well because they're next to our rocket now, so that makes sense. Okay, this definitely seems to be far. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Right, so building not working, drone hub not connected to power. Yeah, you need to build the wire. That's fine. You are on the wire. That's okay. Each of these comes with 4 drones. That's fine. So we've got 31 drones. That was kind of oddly expected. Typical NVIDIA microstatus. I wish they fixed that. Yes. Mildly perturbing. I'm kind of hoping that you can just launch the rocket and then we can pick up the guy on the way back. That would be what I would want to do. Oh, I've realized something. The launch pad is currently too far from the friggin' dome. Obviously, we don't want the launch pad to be right next to the dome, but if the people can't actually walk to the dome, that's gonna be a problem. I don't know. Maybe they'll be all right. What do you think? Do you reckon they'll be all right? I think they'll be all right. Easy way to fix is to watch your power usage stay below your max through a car, drop voltage and clocks if you have to. Normally, if I'm getting stutters lately, I'll
Heavy drone
workload. I'm
workload.
up to date, and today still have some annoyances. Well, we'll see. I think this is fixed.
A building has stopped working.
We'll keep an eye out for it. Right, this drone has... This hub has heavy workload. Let's see. So... You can just do it like this. This one has a low workload. Actually, you know what? I don't think we need this to run at the moment, so let's actually just put them all in here. Okay, now you're bored. Okay, what about the rover? The Explorer is done. I think the Explorer, we just need to make sure actually... Okay, let's actually just send the Explorer out over here, right? These are methods. Send it where the drones aren't going. There you go. Sometimes when we fix my driver, it's a design issue about how the GPUs do power handling internally, so they just basically redline all the time. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that's been having a minor issue, but it's not a major issue. It's mildly annoying, but if everyone's having it, that makes me feel less bad about it. I'll put it that way. Okay, you're actually just going to grab the methods. That's fine. Every single game is affected by it. Most people just don't see it. Close to your monitor's frame rate, let's just see it. Yeah. I think we'll be alright. So you're making 12 fuel per soul. So we don't have very much fuel stored up. You've got 10 drones in here still. That's fine. I think we're good then. Provided we haven't got a load of drones that are sat around idle. Okay, you guys are right. So... Oh, because you're just full of water extraction. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll remove those 3. And then I'll put them here. Then we have 15. Okay, what we could do then is we could subtract 3, and then add 3. There we go. That should work fine. And then we'll have one drone that stays over here, in case they're needed. Oh, the waste rock! Oh, yeah, of course. Hold on. Let's put that in storage. That could just go here for now. Unreal Engine 4 or 5 is the worst engine I've seen affected by it. Low frame rate, especially as bad. Yeah, because we only really play Oxygen Not Included. So I'm always curious about performance in other games. Oh, we should build some stuff in the dome, shouldn't we? Well, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's think about this. So, we
A building has stopped working.
probably do want a living complex. It's fine. Let's put this near the front. It's probably fine. Oh, look, all the waste rock is gone. We've actually just been converting all the waste rock. That's really good. Wow. We really didn't have a lot of waste rock, did we? That's good. How much metal do we have on here? Not a lot. Okay. Another fix, if you don't want to manually drop voltage or clocks, it's just limit frame rate. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing. Because we're streaming at this frame rate anyways, so why bother? I've never seen Oni stutter anyways, but the way they use Unity is absolutely horrible. Yeah, true. I don't know, actually, I've never even thought about that. So how is it bad? Enlighten me. Also, by the way, I'm doing all of this on a laptop. The laptop has been fine for now, but we are indeed saving up for a desktop computer. That is the goal. Right, let's think about what buildings we want in this dome as well. So we probably don't need a school or anything along those lines at the moment. We probably do want a medical post. Just like a little one. Let's see. So we'll get a medic in there. mean, that's the bit for the spire. Actually, we have spires ready. We have the water reclamation spire. That's going to cost a lot of machine parts. We have the Earth Embassy as well, which generates funding or other rewards if the diplomacy laws are activated. So I think that's probably later on that we want that. Martian Assembly requires dead colonists. Okay. We're gonna want like a farm, aren't we? That's not it. Is that a scroll bar? Oh, there's other options. Oh. There's a small space bar, a space bar. Oh, you can go up for the bigger versions of the buildings. I don't know. Let's go with small versions for now. So we'll get a small grocer, a small medical place. That's like a little security thing. I don't think we need a security thing. We'll see about that. I don't think we want art stores, electronic stores yet. A bar? I don't know. Doesn't really seem necessary yet. Maybe just like a park. Like a little, maybe like a little garden. Just a little one. Yeah, a little tree, that'll do. And then life support. So we've got a few different options. We've got a hydroponic farm, we've got a branch. So the branch goes in here. So farms want botanists, ranches don't necessarily want botanists. The farm is cheaper. And then the production is based on the breed. Outside ranches are bigger, outside farms are bigger, but you need soil adaptation. These are interesting building skins. These are a bit different than normal. Oh god, I don't know what we need. Let's just put in... I mean, these are all service buildings. So we're going to get a bit of food and shopping, a bit of medical checks, and a bit of relaxation, exercise, and playing. So what other needs do we have? Schools cultivate perks in children. That seems a little advanced what we're doing. Research. I think research is important because we don't actually have a lot of... We don't actually have a lot of... You know, the research should go in the corner. Hold on. The research should go in the corner. And then the farm can go closer to the grocer. I'm probably overthinking this. I don't know why. I thought this was going to be more tubular than it is. Interesting name for a dome. And then let's actually... Sorry, I'm leaving this all paused while I'm doing this, just because I want to make sure that we're not wasting the drone time. So we want the medical post here, and then the grocer here. So it's between the farm and the people. That seems like it makes sense. Okay, and then... Dining, social food... Maybe a gym. It depends how many people we need for all of these jobs as well, because we need people for the metal extractor. Should we aim to have, like, 2 living quarters to start? We only need 1 for now. And then let's actually put, like, a little statue. Although, actually, maybe we don't need all of these. Maybe we can... I don't know. Put the statue here, whatever. We'll build that for now, and then we'll think about the rest of the stuff later, I think. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're only going to bring 12 colonists to start with anyways, because we are going to do the founder stage, I think. Leap forward. What does this mean? After the touchdown in initial busy hours, you allow yourself some time to read the top-secret big red folder which has been lying on your safe for some time. The folder implies that one of our mission imperatives is to set up the infrastructure and industry required to conduct, operate, and confer the usefulness of an experimental device of epic proportions and wondrous effects. Constructing such a project on Earth is undesired, either because it poses too much danger or because it cannot be hidden from prying eyes. Okay. Oh, wow. So we get to just reveal a tech for a wonder. So the Mohole mine produces It's basically, I think it's just an infinite deposit of metals and stuff that you can put more and more machine parts into to get more and more out of. I don't think we're pretty short on deposits. There's the Project Morpheus. I think this just lets you gradually tweak all of your colonists' perks and downsides over time. So it kind of supersedes the need for the other sort of psychological stuff for your entire colony. You can just have the Wonder instead. Or the Artificial Sun, which is a lot of power. I kind of like the idea of the Artificial Sun. Let's do that. Okay. So if we actually have a look at the tech. So that comes way down here. They added a lot of techs. It produces light for nearby solar panels during the dark hours and heats the surrounding area. It consumes vast amount of water only on starter. Interesting. Mohal's the best one. Ammo. Yeah, I've done the Mohol before in my own run. A while ago. I don't think we've done this. We'll see what it does. But yeah, we've got loads of metals, we've got loads of concrete, so we can keep building all these things in here. We've got 2 drone hubs that actually have influence over the dome. I think that's a good amount to have. You've only got 1 drone and you're a medium, that's fine. You're a medium, you're a medium, you're empty. Seems good. How about the rocket? The rocket's on 10 and that's medium as well. Okay, I think we're good. So, the only thing is we've got the cold wave coming up. So it's going to break... It's going to freeze a few things so they won't run. I think this is fine at this stage. It just means that, obviously, things aren't going to run. That's probably fine. It's max
A building
speed.
has stopped working.
Okay. It occurs to me, I probably need to set up an extractor over here as well. The issue is, we're not producing enough waste rock for that. So I think actually, you know what we could do? Let's actually put another... Oh, hold on, look. There's a copy button. Here you go. Let's put another waste rock dumping site here. And then that's in range of this and this. So the drones should exchange between the waste rock, and then that should go to the extractor. That's how we do it. We don't know why they ever started using Unity. They specialize in 2D sprite art assets. They're also not using vector assets or pre-rendered at multiple detail levels.
A building has stopped working.
Sprites and animation. There's a few open source engines that can do what they want, and probably even more closed source ones. Unity licensing isn't cheap. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Here's the cold wave. It's all cold! Boo! Power consumption of buildings and drones will be increased. Power shortage occurs, buildings may freeze. Frozen buildings can be repaired after the disaster ends. Oh no! They need to be repaired? That's not good. Well, we're drastically out of power then, aren't we? So, we need to turn off buildings, right? So, what's actually using power? Oh, if we turn off the power, that's just going to freeze the building, isn't it? Do I just build more wind turbines and just have a load of excess? Not really. We don't have that many turbines. We don't have that many machine parts and turbines. Let's see. So the power storage will last for 9 hours, and the cold snap is about 40 hours. That's not good. Is backseating allowed here? Yeah, sure. Go for it if you want. Did we do well, Varcool? Did I ever play the original Surviving Mars? Yes, we did. But I've forgotten a lot of that because I haven't played it in several years. So, we probably should have built more power, like you guys said earlier. I kind of forgot that's why, actually. I forgot that's what cold waves did. Right, let's think about this. So we know about heaters. Yes, heaters exist. So, where are they again? I don't think we have to tech the heaters. Doesn't seem to be in here. Yeah, I just don't think we have to tech the heaters. So... There's no other settings in here for heating, is there? Let's actually, hold on for a sec. Let's actually go in here. Let's have a look at power. Power grids. You show all the buildings like you say you're going to show? That would be nice. Oh! Oh wow, it highlights everything on the power grid. That's weird. Let's shut this off. Okay, so if we turn off the concrete extractor, what happens?
Warning. Insufficient resources.
Yeah, okay. Is this gonna start freezing? I feel like the answer is no. What if we turn off the dome? Because we don't need this to run. Will the dome freeze? It looks chilly. I'm not sure that's necessarily an issue. I think certain buildings... Oh yeah, it says here, doesn't it? Right? So, medical post, hydroponic farm. We're not running these anyways, right? The water tower is frozen by the cold wave. We knew that was going to happen. So let's turn this off. Is that also going to start freezing? Yes, look. They've got freezing progress. The dome does not have freezing progress. The fuel refinery also has freezing progress. Okay, so we can lower our power consumption, but this still isn't going to last long enough. I really need to install heaters. Yeah, we don't have the tech for heaters. I don't think. Got a large wind turbine. I didn't even think about that. That's interesting. Power switch. Pipe valve. Yeah, I just don't think we have access to heaters. A rock formation. Excellent. Water tower freezing is fine until the water production freezes too. I think we're just going to have to build more wind turbines. So let's build a couple more of these. We can import more machine parts. We have enough machine parts to build more of these. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Then let's high priority all of these. And hope we can stabilize. So these are milestones. When you complete milestones, depending on how fast you do them, you get points, and you also get a fixed amount of research points when you do each of these. And some of these you have to compete with, so it'll tell you when you fail one. We done goofed! Maybe I needed more batteries.
Heavy drone workload.
Heavy drone workload. That one. Okay. I feel like there's not much work that needs to be done on building those, so maybe we'll be alright. Power production is pretty good on these. Yeah, the water tower is completely frozen. We knew that was going to be frozen. This is still running. Do I still need this running? I don't think I do. Let's turn this on. The oxygen tank is full anyways. Yes, the drone is using more power due to freezing weather.
Heavy drone workload.
Yep. Okay. I guess they're getting the machine parts over. Yeah, there you go. You got the machine parts. It's following. Godspeed, little drone. Godspeed. We must also remember that one of our drone hubs requires more maintenance than usual because of that event. That's not really nice. Oh, you will need charging. You were waiting to charge because of the old wave. That's not good. Well, I mean, we'll charge eventually. Right? Oh, they're running out of power. No! What else can we turn off? The moisture vaporator. We can turn this off. Okay, that looks alright so far. We can turn this off too. Actually, that's power neutral there.
Heavy drone workload.
Oh, what about the water extractor? Oh, yeah, we've been running this the whole time. That's interesting. We're getting water out of that.
Thanks for the follow.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much for following GeoDemon19. Enjoying our fishing and froggy emotes. Hope you're having a pleasant day. We were having a pleasant day. Okay, we've got some more power now. So let's turn some more things on. Let's turn on the concrete extractor so that we're not actually freezing this. That's good. Oh! If I turn it off, it resets the if I turn it on again, it resets the freezing. and then that's fine. Okay, so we can probably just cycle that, right? Oh, let's turn this on. And let's turn this off. Feels a bit cheesy, doesn't it? Are you currently running? It says it's currently running. I'm not sure I believe it, because... Oh, I guess it's taking the water from the extractor, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so the cold snap ends in 1 sol, 8 hours. Okay, more wind turbines are coming online. The dome is not actually freezing, so we can just turn that off at this stage. So I'm glad this happened now and not later. We don't need to worry about the oxygen for now. We don't need to worry about this for now. So I think we can speed it up. I think we're actually going to be okay. How's power looking? Power's looking better. Let's turn this back on. Okay, it does actually... okay, alright. Freezing progress. Kind of turns off, but it turns back on immediately if you depower it again. That makes sense. Okay, this seems to be fine. So this requires 20 power, but we've turned it off. Oh no, it is running. How do I get you to deliver rock from this one to the other one? Actually, you know what? I think we just remove this. And then you guys could double the waste rock in the other storage. I think that makes sense. Oh, actually, you know what? How are you doing? Oh, you're still grabbing metals? Fair enough. Okay, I think we're there. I think we're surviving on Mars. Well, we're surviving. We haven't got anyone here yet. That's probably helping. It looks very cold in here, doesn't it? Is this all breaking?
Sectors.
It's all stacking up maintenance, actually. But I think we'll be alright. What'll be fine? No more anomalies. It's fine. Oh, another rare metals deposit up here. That's interesting. Okay, well,
Council session open.
I think we're actually alright then. We can leave it like this. Is everything in here actually going to freeze solid? No. Right, let's have a look at the council bit. So we have navigation bonus enabled. What about this one for rocket travel time? Research up. I kind of want this one too, just because I want to make sure that we can get our guy on time. Right, let's prepare that one, I think. Because we've only got 5 cycles left.
Heavy drone workload.
This is filling up, but it's not ideal. Okay, you've got heavy drone work. So let's actually... is there a way I can quickly select the drones from the rocket? Because it doesn't give me an interface here. I mean, I can just manually reassign all of the drones, but that's not really ideal. How about you do that? Okay. That works for now. We are going to churn through our machine parts very quickly, though. So let's actually... I think we'll just do another supply pod, and we'll just fill it with machine parts. That's a lot of machine parts, isn't it? Is there anything else we want to do? Maybe a few more drones? 5 drones, maybe? Oh, come on. Let me have a nice round number of drones. It's not going to do it, is it? It's not going to let me have a nice round number of drones. Okay, you know what? Let's get 40 drones. And then I can add... Can't add anything else. I can add an orbital probe. Sure. Let's launch that. Just make sure we don't run out of machine parts, because the maintenance for the other things is not very high. And the machine parts is going to be a problem. And so is the electronics, but we'll order the electronics with the next one. Because I don't think that's going to be as big of an issue. But you... I think I'm going to get you to come over here. And start transporting stuff here. Just shuffle the waste rock over so we actually start refining it.
Heavy drone workload.
Yeah, that one again. Okay, so let's keep assigning these drones. Hold on. Oh no! That drone is stranded. Is he getting recharged? He is getting recharged. Okay. Fair enough. He's getting rescued by another drone. Set you to that one. What else is getting frozen? Okay, so let's just check these things. So, I don't want the moisture evaporator to freeze. How much power do we have stored? We have a little bit of stored power. Let's turn this on again, just to actually get it to not freeze. How about the Moxie as well? Still need a bit more power. I could turn off the extractor, and then that will start freezing, but it won't immediately freeze. Or will it? I think we turned this off originally as well. Okay. I think that's fine. You can go up here. You can go up here. I think I just want 10 per hub. That's what I want for now. So, remove one from you. Oh, I have 35 drones. Ah. Okay. I got the numbers wrong. Maybe we'll have 11 drones per hub. Once the supply pod lands. Okay, how's the rocket looking? The rocket is fueling up. We haven't got a lot of waste metals yet. So it's 3 production per sol, and we have to get 60 by cycle 30. So I think we can technically do this. But we just need to actually get the waste rock in here. And we need to make more waste rock. I think that should work. And I think we should survive the cold snap without anything actually freezing apart from the water tank. So that's good. I probably also want to set up another sensor tower, don't I? How about we just put one here? What's the coverage like? I don't know, I mean... I think these need to overlap, do they? Oh, I don't want to spend the electronics on that at the moment. Let's leave it. Scrap 5 since it's easy to divvy them up. Yeah, maybe. Right, we actually have an orbital probe because we couldn't fit anything else in here. So let's actually scan one that's a bit further away. Let's scan this one. Ah, look. Technologies. Precious technologies.
Sector scan.
It's another key. Okay. You guys report. So... yeah, you can see this drone hub is actually going to use twice as many electronics as another one. So we'll need to replace this once we actually get the technology to build these. Let's pack up a few here. Add them.
Heavy drone workload.
See
Heavy drone workload.
Need the rocket. Oh, right. All the other drones. Oh, God. Why have we got 47 drones? Why do I keep getting the numbers wrong? Why do I keep getting the numbers wrong? This is too many drones. We don't actually need this many. Oh, whatever. I guess you're still going to go grab more metals. Now, you're not doing anything. Well, I don't really want to set up another drone, another thing yet. Maybe you're right. Maybe we do just pack some of them up. So not wasting resources. They're currently not doing anything. Oh, because this is turned off. Well, I think we probably have enough power to turn this back on now. Just do that. But yeah, we brought too many drones. I think. We refueled the rocket. That's good. So we could take off now. I think we do take off now because we desperately need the people to actually get this lander colonist by cycle 15. We need that research. So let's actually launch the rocket. So ready for takeoff. If we do this, the drones will get orphaned and then they'll go to nearby. They'll go to nearby drone hubs. So I think that should be fine. All right, let's just launch.
Warning: insufficient resources. Orphan drones.
Okay. Orphan drones, yes. So you will need to go here. Hooray! It's out of there. Oh, you're gonna get covered in dust, aren't you? Yeah, maybe. He's alright. There we go! There we go, the rocket is indeed launching. I think the game does look pretty good. And also, since we switched that preset, we haven't had any lag issues, so this is good. I haven't noticed a single hiccup. So now I guess the question is, how long is it going to take for the rocket to do stuff? Alright, let's speed up and let's get out of this dark spot. Yeah, I guess maybe we didn't need this many drones. So...
anomaly found.
let's see. So now we have 10 drones at each location, and then we can balance more as needed. In fact, this is their own engine. Yes, they said. That's true. Anomaly found. It's just this one. Oh, we're just here doing it. Yeah, I'm pleased. I'm pleased so far, I must say. I've not made the best decisions. We have a lot of not busy drones at the moment, but that will change once we start building more things. I mean, we could always set up more water extractors if we want. Or available prefabs. You know what, I'll add them here. Good. Another streamer claimed they rewrote the engine for launch. Is that actually true? Well, I mean, that's what they said in the dev diaries. That was why it's a relaunch. So the performance should be improved compared to previously. Right, everything is now actually operational again. We are now generating a lot of excess power. So I'm thinking perhaps what we do is we add another accumulator. And this requires polymers. We don't require much polymer consumption at the moment, so I think this is fine. I don't want to stick these. Maybe I'll just stick it here for now. It's not working. Oh, well obviously these buildings aren't working because they haven't got enough people in them. This needs fixing. This is fine. Fix that. And now, so the rocket is traveling to Earth, exporting the goods. So we're consuming 0.2 polymers per cycle. That'll be 0.4 soon. We're consuming 1.2 machine parts, but we've sorted out for now. 0.6 of these, so we could get probably like maybe 15 electronics, maybe some more just for building stuff with. We do actually have 2 large supply pods left. So what else do we want to bring? I don't think we need any more prefabs. I don't think we need a factory for now. We can make a machine parts factory, maybe. But that feels like something to do for the last pod. Let's just bring some electronics for now. Maybe 30 electronics. 10 polymers. And 10 more machine parts. We've still got a fair bit of money as well. I don't think we need more food, concrete, etc. The passengers will bring some food with them when they come. I don't think you typically need to bring food. Unless something seriously goes wrong. Yeah, I think I'll do for now. And we'll land this before the rocket gets back. Paradox internally uses only their own engine class mates. Yeah, but that's for like the Paradox games. This isn't a Paradox developed game. This is a Paradox published game. This is developed by Haemimont. Yeah. Oh, I think Paradox originally fully made the original 2018 and then sold the rights to Haemimont to DLCs and such, which did not get the best reception. No, I don't think that's true. I thought what happened was Haemimont developed it initially, and then they got some other companies to do the DLCs, and then they didn't get the engine to work properly. Yeah, there was another developer involved after Haemimont, but I'm going to admit I don't remember the whole story, but I think it's somewhat close to that. Wow, this looks really dusty. There's lots of pre settings for these as well. Look at these. Loads of different options. I'm going to keep the default one for now. And then for the hydroponic farm. Currently going to grow wheatgrass. We'll think about that once we actually get the tips in. Oh yeah, these are the buildings that I normally think of. Let's go for the triangle. I want it to be triangle shaped. The research lab. I think we'll just go for the normal research lab, that seems fun. Okay. Is there a prefab for the dome? There is. Ooh, look at this. Isn't that fancy? And then, what about this one? Oh my god, that looks weird. Very well shaded, that one. What do you guys prefer? The only thing is, it annoys me that I have to press Windows key to actually look at the chat without disturbing anything. I just want to know if they've improved the way passengers and the colonists sorting with domes work. They have. They've said specifically that they've rebalanced that a bit. And we're going to test that with Brazil, because Brazil can connect domes with passengers without penalties. So that's what I want to look at. We'll just leave it as the default for now so you can see everything inside a bit better. Okay, I guess the drones are just waiting around now. What do I want to do? Do I want to put up another concrete extractor? Would that help? I mean, I guess if I put this here... Can't both grab from the same deposit, can we? Maybe we could have if I positioned it a bit better. But I think it would have only had partial coverage on the deposit. Do you think it would run good on the Steam Deck? I have no idea, Relic. 91. Hope you're doing well. I haven't got a Steam Deck, but it would be interesting if I didn't have my current setup. Yeah, I guess the drones aren't really doing anything at the moment. Did we actually move all the waste rock? We did. I think the default look for the dome is nicer. I quite like the I quite like this look, I must admit. I guess actually it's a bit more visually clear. Stick with the default look for now. It's fine. Yeah, I guess we're charging up the accumulator here as well. That's fine. With plenty of extra oxygen, plenty of extra water for now. That's good. Abstraction. Yes, that was it. Yep. Well, let's see. Are there any more metal deposits we can grab? If we just have a look at the map. Nothing major. Oh, there's some metals over here. Oh, there's the explorer. Okay, you know what? Just come over here and grab these for now. So Hammond Games basically died. Ex-devs went to Ice Flake and couldn't make a working game, surviving the aftermath. Yes, I heard that didn't do very well. Oh, is this the part where I just tell the drones to start terraforming? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Can we actually build like a ramp? Do I actually have coverage? Not really. What if I wanted to build a tunnel? That's a lot of machine parts. That's not really applicable yet. Change surface. We can change the texture. That's interesting. Preserve a piece of Mars in its original state. You can flatten terrain to get more waste rock. Oh, let's just do this. Yeah. Because we've got buildable stuff here. So if I do this, then we can get some waste rock from doing this, right? Yeah. Yeah, just flatten that and then we can get the rock over. Yeah, just flatten the entire map. I mean, literally, why not? We are literally doing this just so we can get rare metals from the waste rock. Like, if we have the capacity of the drones, we may as well. What about all these rocks? Is that something we can look at? What about this? Oh, let's hold down shift and then we can place multiple. Yeah, look, we can collect up all of these rocks. Yeah, okay. Good. Oh, I'm glad I'm remembering about this game. I'm glad I'm remembering things now. We may as well do this now while they're bored. And then, again, let's just do this. Oh, overlapping landscaping projects. Oh, you know what, just do this. This is fine. So are the drones actually going to come over here, or do they not have range? It looks like they... Yeah, they're carrying the waste rock. Good. Okay, that's good. That was terraforming, so that's added as part of the terraforming green planet expansion. So that's been in the base game before. I'm glad they added it, though. Paradox ended up buying all of Haemimont and rebooted the studio. The first thing they did is crank this out, yeah. Okay, let's just speed up. How do I edit this? Rename Flatten. Really? Why can I rename a landscaping project? That seems weird. I'll say the brief testing I did with the flatten function, it did function better than 2018. Okay, that's good. I need to scan more sectors. I guess just get started on these, but I haven't really put any sensor towers anywhere nearby. Oh, there's a meteor. Incoming!
Funding received.
Is there anything in this one? No. Got the thing there, that's good. Get land that. Oh, the rocket has actually made it. Rocket has made it into space. Back to Earth. So this means I can actually send some passengers. Let's do it. Let's select some passengers. So we want to filter these. We're going to get any music for this bit? I think I'm going to have to add some music for this bit. Here you go. Oh, no. Just an awkward pause. Okay. Alright. That's a shame. Right. So we want to filter these. I want to filter these by floors. So there's perks and floors. Some of these are really impactful, some of these are not impactful at all. No music for me. Yeah, so here's some floors that we really don't want, and thankfully the game has already selected these. You don't want idiots. They have a 10% chance of causing any building they work at to break and require maintenance. Obviously, this is really, really, really bad early on. Lazy people have less performance in all jobs, so ideally none of those. Whiners lose sanity when low on comfort. That seems bad as well, so we'll leave that turned off for now. We're not that desperate yet. Cowards get double sanity loss from disasters. We really don't want the people going insane. And chronic condition dupes lose health every day, so they need to go and get medical checks. So yeah, we can leave that alone. I normally prioritize sexy on my first rocket for Martian born early on. Yes, that would make sense, because they have an increased birth rate, apparently. Who else do we want? I don't think we care about composed. I think we care about performance. We don't have any geniuses available. We don't have any celebrities available. So celebrities generate funding when they're at high comfort. We are guaranteed some celebrities later on once we connect some domes up, because we're Brazil, so that's interesting. We always select sexy people to keep the founder stage short. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We got 11 sexy people, so that's good. What about these? Got some vegans. Don't worry, they'll tell you. They don't like ranches. Getting charred out for 3 days re-screws over the AI and milestone competition. Yeah. Mandatory. Let's just have a look at the other perks. Let's just check. Gamers, we don't necessarily need gamers. More health recovered while resting. Can work when health is low. That's interesting. Gains additional comfort. Nerds get a morale boost every time a tech is researched. Hippies get twice as much comfort in gardens. Religious dupes have higher individual morale and less penalties from low sanity. Survivor loses less health without food, oxygen, water, or when living on an unpowered dome. That seems handy, doesn't it? So I think what these do is they put the applicants that you want at the top of the list. Okay. Workaholics give extra performance for all things. Oh, okay, we want workaholics then, don't we? Let's get sexy workaholics. That seems like it makes sense. Okay. Yeah? Yeah, you seem fine. Oh, age is relevant as well, isn't it? We don't actually want, we don't want older people because they're going to stop working sooner. Every day is like a year. So let's actually filter by age too. So children, childs are too young to work. youths can work. So I think we want to prioritize youths. Let's see how this goes. So let's see. Oh, how do we actually prioritize these? What about, how about we cycle just by youths to start with? I don't think we have any sexy youths. We do. We have a lazy sexy saint. Okay. Sure. Okay, you know what? Let's start with adults. Okay, right. We also want a regular split between males and females. I think that makes sense. So let's add Arthur. Male, sexy nerd. That's fine. These guys don't have specializations. So we do want people who are specialized as well. So we want a mix of specializations. We want some botanists, for sure, because they can work on the farms. We also want some geologists, so they can mine. So let's pay attention to that as well. Why would you prefer adults to youth? I don't, but we don't have any sexy youths. So it depends what we're trying to do. We will get more young colonists eventually. Let's just do that. And then let's just go through the list. I think also I'm going to say no to no specialization people to start with. So let's actually get rid of you. Okay, here we go. So now they're sorted by type. Okay, that's helpful. Alright. That's good. Right. Okay, maybe we take you, because we need someone to work in the shop, right? Scientists. How many scientists are we going to need? Oh, that resets the whole thing? Wait! It's filled it automatically. I wasn't bothering. I didn't need to bother. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I'm overthinking it. So what? I don't think we need officers. Okay, hold on. Let's try again. I don't think we need officers. Yeah, there's a fill empty seats button. And I think this does give us things that we want generally. So what? We've got 4 botanists, 2 medics, 2 geologists, an engineer, 3 scientists. That seems like a good enough mix for now. We'll get more people later. I don't need everything to be absolutely perfect for this initial batch, because we'll send more people soon. But let's just have a look at the traits. So we got enthusiasts, got workaholics, got birth rate, we got some youths. The youths have less specifically good traits, but that's fine. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm happy with this. I'm not going to micromanage this to death. Let's just launch. There we go. This is not the run where we're going to like micromanage everything to death, because I'm just relearning the game. We've got a lot of idle drones, to be honest. Just collecting as much waste rock as possible. We don't have any prefabs available, do we? No, that's good. I know a Japanese dude that I swear survives on nothing. On natto. What is natto? Don't know how he eats that stuff either. He's made of stronger stuff than me, that's for sure. What is natto? He's got soybeans. Mine subsists on a steady diet of corn and apples, if I recall. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I mean, what options we've got? We've got wheatgrass, we've got leaf greens, we've got microgreens. So wheatgrass gives low yield but grows very fast. We'll probably want that for our first batch of food, just to get a stockpile going. And then we'll want to switch to either leaf crops or microgreens. And if we have enough water, we probably just want to do leaf crops. We receive funding. Why? Is that for launching the rocket? Natto's fermented soybeans. Definitely an experience. That's what you want to eat every day. Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to exit out and re-chat again. You guys are talking a lot. That's good. One could also make people subsist entirely on soybeans. There's a few things I think I prefer not to think about. Yeah, they're adding food variety in a DLC. They're actually doing that. I hope Oni does something similar, because it's kind of weird that the dupes will eat the same meal day in, day out, without penalties. So the sun rises and sets once per soul, but it's really doing it 668 times. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those weird calendars where it's both a day and a year. That's just how these games are. Okay. Yeah, that fill empty seats button is pretty handy. You always do microgreens first to rush their first food milestone. Yeah, exactly. That seems worth doing. So that rocket's going to land here pretty soon. I really, really hope that they will actually be able to walk from here to the dome. And I think what we'll do is we'll end it once the dudes actually, the guys actually get in the dome, and then we'll see what they get up to tomorrow. Yeah, this is running really well now. I'm glad. Yeah, keep unpacking this. Oh, there's more waste rock to clear here, isn't there? How about we do something along these lines? Yeah, there you go. That's another project. That should give us much more refined metals. You know what? I think actually, if we've got enough waste rock now, let's actually make another refinery. I'm going to stick this one here too. Oh, it's blocking the entrance. Oh, whatever. Just do that. I do hydroponics later because I feel bad about the lack of variety. Yeah, I do know some people decide to play harder with no other colonies, but locks out trading mid-game. Yeah, I just want to get like the sort of normal experience at the moment. Launch with a sexy doctor, a sexy cop, a sexy biologist.
A building has stopped working. Council session open.
Fair enough. Right, we want the rocket travel time reduced. Let's see if we can do this. And then we can get our people here faster. That's... Yeah. Because we have only one rocket, I think this will benefit us a lot more than it'll benefit everyone else. So let's just do this.
Vote passed.
Good. Hooray! Okay, so that rocket should move very quickly now. I wish it would actually tell you how many souls it would take for the rocket to get here. It comes with 12 food, which is 1 day's worth of food. So we can get that done. Rocket travel time reduced costs you 100 research per soul. Oh right! Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Well, we can turn it off if we want, can't we? Okay, well, we're going to do some research in here anyways. Our sponsor research is really low anyways. We've barely done anything. We're currently just researching money as well. I'll look at the rest of these techs later. We're not researching any tech at the moment. It's fine. Very young versions of plants we just mow down when they're too tall for salad. When they're a few in tall for salad, yeah. Okay, good. I think we're actually starting to get things going. Let's actually increase this, and then we can get more rare metals, because this seems to be taking a while. And I think the drones are somewhat busy enough now. Yeah, the waste rock is piling up. That's good. Okay. Just speed up. Let's just get the rocket here. Yeah, I think this has got alright for today.
Sector scan.
These things here. So we can actually make an obelisk. That seems fun. I'm not sure we need an obelisk yet. Let's just leave it. Oh, we found an anomaly. What's this? Another key? Sure. Grab me a key. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I'm really glad we solved all of the initial problems with the game today as well. And now we're actually just building stuff. The game's running smoothly. We can just do whatever we want from here. Yeah. There we go. Pretty pleased about that. Then we can get all this stuff working. We can plan out the ratios a little bit better once the dupes actually get here. We can do that tomorrow. It all seems good. I could set up some more sensor towers. That does occur to me. I think we can set up one more sensor tower. Let's actually set one up over here. Just because that's... Oh, right. Not quite over here. Just here. Actually, I don't really need it to be in range, do I? Oh, look, you can see the dust radius from where it's next to the extractor here on the pipe. That's good. Yeah, that seems good. Okay.
Anomaly found.
Anomaly found. This rushing farms a bit hard, else you do a cycle of wheatgrass with them. Yeah, outdoor ranching is hilariously OP. I remember people saying it was OP. We will test that thoroughly later on. But yeah, we got our people. Colonists on board will die if the rocket doesn't land in 120 hours. Well, there you go. The forlorn hope is about to land. Oh. I need to cancel this, don't I? There you go. Blocking objects. Are you just going to clear all the debris? No operational domes within walking distance. Right. Okay, well... In that case, I guess I was right. Oh, now I'm going to have to figure out a good place for a thing here. So I want to land it here. It's close to the colony. It doesn't require... It doesn't cover the wind turbines and crap. So how about we position it so it lines up with this ridge. Here. And then if we land this... Yeah, that's in the right spot. So it's probably... It's yellow alert this. You streamed it for about 4 hours earlier. Nice.
Planetary anomaly found.
Yeah,
New
I'm really happy
special
with this.
project available.
Ooh, what's this? Planetary anomaly found. New special product available. What is that? Is that a breakthrough tech? No. Okay. Not this. It's not... Is it this? Oh, yeah, it's these special projects. Oh, right. Yeah, you can send your rockets to go and investigate things, and you can get new outcomes. So you can send 5 people here for 12 hours and get new technologies. There's one here. You can send drones to get resources. You can capture meteors if you've got some fuel. You can launch a SETI satellite and get money for resources. There's a few different things you can do. You can increase sponsor research by a fixed amount by setting up a high-speed comms satellite. It's interesting. You're gonna buy it, you need to unlazy. Fair enough. Consider surviving Mars just an excellent game, regardless of what happened. Yeah, that's the thing. I was basically just looking for an excuse to pick this up again. And them fixing the broken stuff is definitely the excuse I needed. Right, let's get this new landing pad built. And then I'll think about where to actually position stuff. Right, you know what, actually, let's just put some more storages here. Let's put a fuel storage here. And then let's put a universal storage here. There you go. You just need one more concrete. You've got the one more concrete, that's good. Really resent being asked to pay for patches. I mean, to be fair, they are including the politics content as well. Is that enough for it to be worth £17.50 on its own? Possibly not, but I don't know. I feel like games like this that have lots of replay value are just inherently good value for money, so I don't mind it. Right, there you go. So let's actually land this here. Good. And then maybe we can get like a thumbnail shot just with a load of different things in it. Yeah. There we go. This isn't a patch as much as a 2.0 update. They did a lot of work in it. That is true. Yeah, they did. I think they did enough work in it. Like, fixing performance issues, putting it on a new engine, fixing bugs with the previous DLCs, like a lot of stuff, like reworking certain mechanics. I think it's probably worth £17.50 if you have the original game. And obviously, if you didn't have the original game, it's worth it, isn't it? Because it's a fantastic game, as you say. Yeah. There it is. There's the rocket. Now people can buy the entire game for $40, whereas previously it cost like $100. Yes, that is definitely true. That's one thing I don't like about Paradox games, is how much
A rocket has
spend on
arrived.
DLC
A building
eventually.
has stopped working.
Right,
No
okay.
active research.
Hold on.
Milestone completed.
Okay, we finished the research because of the milestones. That's good. Because we don't have any sponsor research. So we got the extra $1 billion of funding. That's good. Rockets arrived with 12 food.
Full
a new
of
beginning.
hope and determination. The first founders have set foot on the Red Planet.
There you go. The next 10 souls will be full of difficulties and dangers, but also with great promises and opportunities. So, our founder colonists must survive for 10 cycles before the additional people can arrive. And the colony will be evaluated positively before the period ends if we have a human born. So what we want is a medical building, and we want to raise comfort as much as possible. But we will tackle this next stream, because I don't want to think about this yet. But if we look closely, it's people! They're hopping and skipping down the ramp. Hooray! Good job. And they're close enough now, because that was apparently not close enough before. Right. Well, on that note, let's save the game. Brazil Stream 1. Yeah, the rocket is huge. Very true. Alrighty. Cool. Well, I think we're done for that. Please don't go. The drones need you. The drones need you. We're gonna have to go. But, there we go. And Whiskers has even graced us with her presence. Truly a fantastic day for all. But thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'm really glad that you've enjoyed Mars so far. I'm really glad that we fixed all of the... I'm glad we fixed the performance issue we were having earlier. That's really good. Because that was going to wind me up otherwise. But if you like what you've seen, feel free to follow me on Twitch and you'll get notifications when I go live. We're going to be playing this game for a while. I want to figure out everything and how to do everything optimally again. Obviously, we're just exploring for now. But the late game in this game, I don't think it's quite as crazy as Dice's Sphere program was. So I don't think we're going to end up with performance issues necessarily. Also, it is winter here in the UK at the moment, so that kind of helps the whole overheating issue. But yes, all the VODs will be uploaded onto YouTube. This one might take a while because I need to figure out what the thumbnail's going to look like. So I'll probably go up on Wednesday. There's also a Discord where we discuss video games. We mostly play Oxygen Not Included, but we have a room set up for Surviving Mars. So if you want to show off anything that you've done in this game that you think's worth seeing, feel free to share it there. Or if you have any questions, someone might be able to answer it. Late game, you didn't hit performance issues until you got like 1,000 colonists plus. Yeah, that's when it starts getting to like silly territory. But like, that's like way after like the silly. That's way after that you get to similar size and Oni, I think. I feel like you can get bigger in this game without it causing as many issues. And we'll see what the what impact the engine has as well, to be fair. But yeah, I'm glad you've all enjoyed the stream. If you're still here from Admin of One, yeah, Admin of One's raid earlier. Thank you very much for sticking around. I do appreciate your company. Yeah, I'm thinking at the moment, schedule-wise, I'm just going to do Surviving Mars for the moment because it's just been released. And then once we've done our first run, we'll probably half and half it with Oni. Because there are some things I could do on Sour Gas or Bust that don't require a new computer. We can go to the volcanic, the Novium asteroid. We can go to the water asteroid. So I will do those things as well. Is Road to Raid streaming Surviving Mars? Let's have a look. Let's see. Who is around? I'm hyped how it's come out. I know! I'm hyped too. And I'm hyped that it's not actually causing any issues. Well, none of my typical cohorts are. But we're going to go raid... Let's go raid Live Action Pixel. He's started a new run in Oni. And I want to gush about Surviving Mars to him. So, we'll go ahead and do that. There should be other people in the category. Yeah, maybe. I want to get I want to get the Oni guys into surviving Mars. Exactly. We're gonna convert some people. Alrighty. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Turn this off. Right. Take care, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.